goes with fishing fun in Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time. At GiveMeTheVin.com, I'm overpaying for cars because I think they're going to go up even higher from where they are right now. We'll pay off your payoff. We'll pick your stuff up. We'll quote you quick and easy at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer. Go there right now, and if I don't beat a CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
It's your last chance to shop SpringFest savings at Lowe's. Need a new appliance? Get an additional $300 off select major kitchen appliances when you spend $1,996 or more. You can also save across the entire store, including our garden area, and get 2 Bonnie 9-pack vegetables for $10. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 5/3. Bonnie offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio. Real Radio. 104.1.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, May 1st, 2023. Lots to get to today. From We Have Zero Leads to Aerosmith announces their farewell tour. And is Michelle Obama gonna run for president? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us here on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. You can record that over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. And you can watch us live on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good. Not bad.
Here we are. A whole week in front of us. It's one of those. You look at it and you go, there's a lot of pins to knock down. But we're going to do
5 of them.
Yes, there's 5 different pins, and we've got to knock every one of them down. By the way, quick note, we are working on processing the shirts. Those will be all shipped out this week. So thanks again. If you purchased the This Week in Florida shirt, that is headed your way.
Going to be
soon.
probably you'll get some emails. Today.
Starting today, you'll get emails, and then after that, they'll start going out in big shipments. So by the end of the week, everybody should be out and on the way. And thank you for your patience. It's a bare minimum Monday.
Woo.
That's what they're calling this stuff.
I am dragging ass.
That's all we got to do is a bare minimum.
Why is it bare minimum Monday?
This is the new thing that people are doing. Now, on Mondays, if they don't let us work 4 days a week, bare minimum Monday.
That's a good move
You give them just the minimum.
We're forcing them to go to the 4-day work week.
Then we got to go. Yeah, well, then we got to go hardcore Mondays. But for now, we don't get that. So bare minimum Mondays. It's like quiet quitting and all these other silly things that people are talking about out there. But there's more people who are talking about you go in and you go into Bare Minimum Monday with a mindset of, I'm going to do absolutely as little work as I possibly can today. Somebody said, before I started doing Bare Minimum Monday, I was physically sick with stress, and I couldn't produce anything because of the level of burnout I had reached. Now I feel golden. Just fantastic. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to a Broward County Commission hearing.
Hey.
Is it Broward? I believe it's
My side of
Broward
town.
County. Yeah, I think that's Brevard County. Excuse me.
Never mind.
Away from your side of town. But the Brevard County Commission hearing, there is a man.
Close, though. You got it. You were close.
Hey, they're both in the same state. So at least I got that part down. This guy has some things to say. He thinks there's a huge lie going on out there, and he wants the world to know. I didn't even know this was a thing, but let the conspiracies fly.
There's now clear evidence of NASA using numerous methods to grossly mislead the public about astronauts being on the International Space Station. During interior ISS scenes from NASA's own live feed, the use of wires, harnesses, green screens, and virtual reality have been detected to achieve the appearance of a weightless environment.
They're faking it. The whole thing is fake, this guy says.
I'm sorry, and this is a civilian or a voted council member?
This is the fun part of the hearing where they do the public comments, and anybody gets up and they're able to say whatever they want to. And sometimes it's somebody doing a prank for a video, and sometimes it's a man in a business suit like this dude who is all too serious about his theory that the International Space Station is not real.
This guy has got an interesting haircut style.
You know,
thing.
it looks like the guy from King of the Hill.
Yeah, big old dangle.
Yeah, it looks like the guy from King of the Hill has
I think
arrived
there's a
at this
name for
hearing.
this type of hair.
This haircut?
Yeah, because it's like, he still doesn't want to shave it off. He's not accepting the fact that he's balding, but he has one landing strip right down the middle.
Yeah.
For those of you not watching.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's
look.
like he's got a big old tongue on his
It's a
on his
head
head.
tongue.
He's got a hair tongue.
So he thinks the International Space Station, the whole thing is fake.
Examples of this include astronauts fading in and out of the screen, green screen glitches, grabbing objects that aren't really there, pulling on invisible wires, getting tangled in their harnesses, and even astronauts appearing out of thin air. This begs the obvious question. If they're really up there, why are they using Hollywood techniques to fake the footage? Now, unfortunately, I can't show you these clips in here today, but I will be sending them to you.
Unfortunately.
Outside the International Space Station, during spacewalks, air bubbles have been recorded on numerous occasions.
All this is just like stupid anomalies in the video, and the guy is like, this is proof.
Okay, and then, sir, what do you expect Brevard County to do about
They're
it?
going to get on the case, and they're going to expose this huge hoax that's going on right now. His true belief is that what's happening is not happening in space, but it's happening underwater, and I think he gets to that here.
How is it possible for air bubbles to be present in the vacuum of space? I once questioned astronaut Scott Kelly about this phenomenon. His body language and answers only created more questions.
He was lying.
In 2013, astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowned during a spacewalk when his helmet filled with water. This happened again just last year. Air bubbles, helmets filling with water, and drowning. Are they in space or are they underwater?
Ooh, that's it right there. He's blowing the lid off this whole thing. It's not a real International Space Station. They're just underwater. Or, I don't know, use your brain. We've watched SpaceX literally launch a rocket. We've watched the capsule go into deep space with the camera, and we watched it dock with the International Space Station.
And if it's all fake, it's very expensive, and, the majority of people are still enjoying it.
Yeah. And somebody says, Sam on YouTube says, one of the other clips that he showed was a Russian module which had a coolant leak, which is why it looked like bubbles in the air. But this guy's just a little too nuts for that. Hey, to all our friends in West Palm Beach hanging out, I'm sorry to see what happened there over the weekend. It was nasty weather there. They had a tornado that they said was an EF2, right, on the rating scale. This thing was an EF2 with winds of up to 130 miles per hour.
Were the lines blurred between reality and the movie?
Oh, yes, it was. This was full.
Did I mess up that line, C-line?
Twister.
Slightly, but
they said it was a big
Bare Minimum Monday, Sabrina.
It was a big tornado, 320 yards wide, and it went through Palm Beach Gardens and North Palm Beach. And it did some real damage. There's so much footage of this. For everybody in the path of that, I hope you're doing okay today.
I mean, and I don't think that anyone who has lived there in the last few decades has experienced. I mean, we get the warnings all the time a tornado that has actually touched ground and flipped cars like that one did.
Yeah, it was bad. I've never seen a tornado that close, thankfully. But these folks saw it right up close and personal.
Didn't you see one when you were at the bar?
I did.
And you were at the bar, and then one was going through the neighborhood kind of across?
Yes, there was one that went through this neighborhood, but it was tiny. It still did damage.
Yeah,
but it was a little tornado.
The only reason I know it,
a little tornado.
The only reason I know it did damage is because it did some damage on the road to the bar.
Yes, yeah. It did actually when we were there.
The road that I would take.
It did some damage to one of the bartenders' houses who was like at the bar looking, going, I think that's right by my neighborhood right now. And it like clipped her apartment.
That's got to be very distracting.
You're watching
trying to do your job and watching your neighborhood get attacked.
Yeah, we were freaking out when this was happening. And I know these folks in West Palm were dealing with this. Here's some of the coverage of this. It was really bad. Somebody filming from out of their car. This car is just flipping over.
A car rolling over into the middle of the highway. This video taken at US 1 in Pleasant Drive. One of many dramatic videos documenting the Sunday storm.
You know, a nice little thing, though, the car flipped over a couple of times, but it landed on its wheels. The tornado was nice enough to leave it on its wheels.
Not all the cars.
Not all of them.
That's awesome.
No.
But whatever Sabrina sent us yesterday, I finally watched and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Please don't play that because the person who did it was absolutely... No, he's ridiculous. He's like, I've lived in Florida my whole life and didn't realize this would be crazy, and then I'm going to use clips that really don't belong to me. But he spent the last 5 seconds of his TikTok posing like sad.
Yeah.
As if like my Palm Beach is ruined.
I mean, it was bad. That's probably a little bit much, but it was pretty rough out there.
My Palm Beach.
Yeah, these storms just rolled through out of nowhere.
Because we live so high up, we're always able to see the panorama of the weather.
What Carolyn Cost captured Saturday night from the 8th floor of her North Palm Beach home.
Well, that's the tornado
her
forming.
Husband, quite the scare.
That's a big boy.
Of course, when we saw the funnel cloud forming, that was really scary.
Yeah, of course it was. And I'm just glad that everybody, or for the most part, is all right. There was just some damage to these homes. About 2.6 miles this tornado was rolling through and causing damage. And at the box office this weekend, Super Mario Brothers continues to kick asses, surpassing $1 billion in ticket sales worldwide. This thing was a huge success, continues to be. I still don't think it's on demand. I still don't think it's out there on demand.
No, we're just demanding C-Lane to help us out.
Yeah, please give me a copy of that. Legally somehow. I don't know, probably not doable, but I've still seen Avatar on my home screen. They're trying to get me to watch that Avatar too.
You've never watched it?
No,
I've been seeing that pop up on the screen as well, and I was like, oh, that's streaming now? Not going to watch it.
Not going to watch it. Still not interested.
I think I looked at it, and it's like 3 hours and 13 minutes long.
Yeah, it'll take me about 3 days to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll fall asleep and then try again the next morning.
Yeah, it's not for me. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch it at some point. But
I got plenty of other stuff.
Yeah, it's just screaming at me. It's trying to get my attention. I'm not
Watch
fucking
me!
playing. I'm not watching. Not yet. And happy birthday to our friend Willie Nelson, who threw his annual
That is 2 for 2, Sean.
birthday concert. My bad. My bad. There'll be more details on Willie Nelson's
better believe
birthday
it.
coming up in the next episode later on in the show. All right, we got tons to get into today. I'm going to decimate the next episode before we get there.
I'm excited.
It's just going to be like one piece of paper left in Sabrina's hand after all this.
Then I'll just read from my diary.
But there was an incredible...
Do the thing, man.
there was an incredible story, a frightening one, out of Texas this weekend that we have to touch on. I know our friends in Dallas are focused on this one. And the idea that they're saying after what happened, and I'll tell you the details, we have zero leads as to where this person is. It's wild. And it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Someday Alexa will do everything. Alexa, can you take the dog for a walk?
Ha ha ha. No way in hell.
But until then, tell her to play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
Playing Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com. The left turn lane is blocked due to an accident on Colonial Drive heading eastbound at Primrose Drive. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on Goldenrod Road heading northbound between State Road 408 and Colonial Drive. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Curry Ford Road heading westbound between Goldenrod Road and Oxalis Avenue. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for Fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new play.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'll pay you $100 for last look. When you're doing a deal at a dealership, take a picture of your deal sheet, send it to givemethevin.com. If we can't beat your trade-in offer, I'll send you a check for $100. We do the same thing with CarMax offers. Can't beat a CarMax offer? Send you a check for $100. Worst thing that could happen is you get $100. Best thing that could happen is you get $3,000 more for your car or your trade. We are America's best car buyer for a reason. We'll see you online at givemethevin.com.
Sell us your car. Givemethevin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Ryan from the Monsters in the Morning.
And Scott from Edgewater Family Wealth.
Scott, I've been thinking, at this point in my life, which is more important, to manage my time or to manage my money?
You know, it's weird you bring that up. I have a good friend named Sandy who likes to tell me that when you're young, Ryan, you got lots of time, you probably ain't got much money. But when you get older, if you do things right, you got some money, but you ain't got much time.
Let's talk more about that on It's Only Money on Real Radio 104.1, 8 a.m. Sunday morning.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, Happy. Happy. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
We still got our friend Elvis hanging out at the house for another week or so, I think.
I keep hearing random Elvis barking and then Courtney going,
Elvis! I got to tell you, man, we are making some mistakes, all right? With Elvis, we're making a little bit of a mistake here and there. And one thing that happened last night, one of the most annoying things that lovely Elvis does, and he's a sweet dog, he's got a couple of hang-ups. And one thing that he does is that son of a bitch can see the TV clearer than any human being can ever see the TV. And if there's any animal on that television, even just like in the background, he goes right to the TV and he's barking up at it as loud as he can.
Wait, is he responding to them making noise or just the sight?
Just the sight.
Yeah. That's fascinating.
If there's a bunny just sitting on the television or a dog, any animal, he will go right up to the TV and he just starts barking right into the TV.
See, Carl's just sound. So if he hears a dog bark on the TV, he's barking.
Yeah.
And I will pick him up and I'll put his face in front of the TV. I'm like, it's on the television.
Don't you understand?
The other day, I was like messing with my soundboard laptop and I played my animal barking sound.
Yeah.
I should have known better.
Right.
But he lost his ever-loving mind.
It works every time in the worst way. And so Elvis does that. And if there's a doorbell ring or a knock on the TV, he's barking. He's got this shrill, loud bark that he does, this big old chunky dog.
Guest Dog does that for some of the TV doorbells and knocks.
I don't know what it is about that.
And now when she does it, Lexi will do it a little bit. I'm like,
no.
See, that's not how this is happening.
And that's what we've been worried about too. We're like, is our dog going to pick up habits from Elvis?
Absolutely.
Is Elvis going to like teach ladies some things? And we're like, oh no, we didn't want a lady to know that. Overall, great dog. I love Elvis. He's adorable. But
I feel like you've said this disclaimer a few times.
So I told you guys last week we tried to watch that movie, Dog Soldiers or whatever it was, and
it sounded like a ridiculous movie.
It was, and when but it was highly rated. And
Can I tell you that will be never ever something that I will watch in my life. If it has an animal involved in it, there's no way. The last animal movie I saw was when I was growing up. My dog Skip, and I was so inconsolable that I said I will never watch another animal-related movie again.
That was like Dylan scarring from Marley and Me.
Dog Soldiers sounds like they all die at the end.
Dog Soldiers, though, is like the dogs have turned into big, giant, mutant dogs that have guns. And
okay.
So we put it on, and all of a sudden Elvis is barking at the screen, and we realized, this was a bad choice. And last night we found one of my new favorite movies. All right, Butt Boy, out the window. Butt Boy is yesterday's news. Forget about Butt Boy, even though it is
Super Scrotum,
cinematic genius, but not as good as the movie we watched last night. We watched this movie. I don't know how I've never heard about this. I don't know how none of us have ever. I don't think you guys have seen. Have you ever heard of Seven Psychopaths, the movie?
No.
I have.
It's like a packed ass cast of stars. Not Steve Buscemi. Look that up real quick, Celine, if you can. It's 7 Psychopaths. It's got.
I don't know if I've watched it.
Colin Farrell is like one of the main guys in it. It's got him. It's got
Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken is one of the main
Woody
people.
Harrelson.
Sam
Rockwell,
who's in a ton of movies, is in it. It's got this like stacked cast. And so we put it on, we start watching it, and we're like,
and Tom Waits.
This is really good. Like, we were enjoying the movie. Like I told you, it's fantastic. You should watch it if you haven't seen 7 Psychopaths. And as we're watching it, we realize, the entire plot of this movie is that one of these guys, he steals dogs and then gets ransom money from it. So the entirety of the movie is dogs. Every scene, dogs barking. They go into a kennel. There's cages full of dogs barking.
Boy.
And Elvis is just freaking out, just barking at the screen.
We need to get you guys some Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah, we need either that.
Like a silent disco.
Or he would still bark at just the visual of them. Sometimes we try to get him to go to sleep by his dog food bag because that's where he likes to sleep.
I love that. I love that he stands like... One, he has one of the greatest splits. I haven't even seen human gymnasts.
Yeah, he's a splooter. He sploots out.
And then he protects that bag with his life.
He just sits there, and if anybody walks by the bag of food, he's like, this is fighting territory right here.
Now I want to go mess with the bag.
You pick that bag up, you're done.
I want to go mess with the bag right now.
You know that big chunky dog will come get you, man. A lady, she ain't going to do nothing to nobody.
Me, I'm always burn it down territory.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we were in here, and I realized that Elvis would bark at his own depiction on the television. I was like pointing the cameras at him. I was look, there you are, bud.
I say the most mean things to him. I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know if you guys saw this, but the conservative YouTube dude, Steven Crowder, there's like
idiot.
Some video of him and his wife. They're in some dramatic divorce, and obviously the wife, had some footage from their security cameras. And
she didn't do her wifely duties.
She released it, and he's like yelling at her and stuff, and saying, you got to do your wifely duties and whatever. They got a bunch of drama going on with them. And I thought, if somebody has security,
sounds like grounds for a divorce. Perfect.
If somebody has security footage of me in the living room yelling at Elvis, I'm done for. I'm you moron. Like, I'm just saying.
If someone had footage of me yelling at my Alexa, they would have some red flags.
I don't say offensive things to people, but I emotionally abuse that dog. I'm saying so many insults.
Celine's like, you shouldn't be saying that right now.
He can't hear me. He doesn't know what's going on.
He can hear everything.
He doesn't know the weight of the words, but I've called that
boy,
dog.
Elvis.
I've called that dog many things.
You
do this with guest dogs?
Wow, noted.
I'm tossing out.
If I ever
all
need
sorts
someone
of
to
stuff.
babysit Carl, neither of you two.
No, I mean I love
you
him.
abuse your guest dogs.
It's just the things I say when he's barking at the screen would not work if recorded and you heard be like, he's so mean to that dog.
I tell it things that would like really stick with a human.
Would hurt you to the core.
Oh look,
lose some weight.
You don't have a dad.
What's wrong with you?
You go that deep, huh? Loser. No wonder your dog parents abandoned you. But you feel like you're getting the anger out, but the dog can't necessarily understand what's going on.
I mean, just the same old insults get old after a while. Like the dog's name is Blue, and we call it Blucifer. That gets old, so that now I have to be meaner.
Absolute effing moron is one that I've said so many times, just screaming it across the house. All right, we're going to get to you. You can join us here on the show. All you have to do is leave us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. This story out of Texas this weekend is it's another one of these stories where I think the three of us can hear it and we go, these people are living a different life in a different kind of place in the United States than we are. It happened at a place called Cleveland, Texas.
Yeehaw!
As you know, can be a little confusing.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Texas.
What's this is really stupid. Rock City? What's Cleveland? What's their thing?
No, there's Detroit Rock City.
No,
Cleveland
you're thinking of Cleveland Rocks.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Oh, from the show.
Drew Carey show.
Texas. Let me bring this up here. I want to see how small this town is. I don't think it's very big.
It's a city in the U.S. state of Texas with a population of 7,471. So
everyone knows everybody.
Fairly small city. A lot of people probably know each other. It's really rural out there, and that makes this story makes a little more sense when you think about it that way. And this was about a guy named Wilson Garcia, and he was pissed off because he didn't have an Elvis barking at the TV problem. He had a problem where his neighbor wouldn't stop shooting guns at night.
Oh, my God. I heard this story.
The neighbor is just firing off guns, and he's like, I guess,
America,
blowing off some steam or whatever, or just shooting off guns into the wee hours of the night. And he has enough of it. And Wilson Garcia goes over there, and he's like, hey, my daughter's trying to sleep. You're firing off weapons over here. Can you at least do it during daylight hours? Blah, blah, blah. And the guy went bananas. And
the gun guy or the
gun guy?
Okay.
The gun guy.
Bananas is a light way to put it.
Yeah, this guy, by the way, the police say they have 0 leads on this guy right now. 0 leads. They do not know where the hell he is. And he attacks this family. There's an interview from Fox 26, the local Fox affiliate, where they talked to the guy who went over and talked to this man who was shooting his weapon. And it's just a crazy story. Let's listen to some of this here.
And good evening. I'm Natalie He in for Tom Ziska tonight.
Thank
the
you,
manhunt
Natalie.
continues in San Jacinto County for the man accused of gunning down 5 people, including an 8-year-old child. Fox's Shelby Rose spoke to the family this morning about the moments that led up to that deadly mass shooting.
A Friday night spent with friends and family turned into something Jefferson Rivera and Wilson Garcia never imagined.
Yeah, these poor people, there's a bunch of their family members who have been killed because of this attack. And they're sitting here talking to the local media, explaining their story and what went on here. This man was just unhinged. They were trying to get help. They called police 5 times. 5 times the dispatcher said, hey, help is coming. It's on the way. And then things just kept getting worse.
Watching their family members die at the hands of a gunman who lived just next door.
This tragedy that unfolded, he had no right. We never offended him. We never disrespected him.
Francisco Oropesa was allegedly drunk and shooting an AR-15 outside of his home near Cleveland, Texas. Garcia says he asked him to stop because a child inside was scared.
You imagine this? Could you imagine this? You think about the problems that you have with your neighbors. Sabrina, you've had some issues with your neighbors. Everybody has problems with their neighbors from time to time. Your problem with your neighbor always seems less when you think about this guy with a neighbor with an AK-47 or whatever they just said it was, who's shooting this rifle in the backyard or the side yard of his house, and it just keeps going on and on and on and on and on.
It's insane. I can't imagine how sad and what a crazy scene. And to think, had it been in a little bit less of a rural city, closer to an actual city, that the cops would have been there sooner?
Yeah, the cops probably would have been able to arrive sooner. And also, there's 15 people in this house, right? There's 15 people who are inside this house. So there were a lot of targets for this lunatic.
The unthinkable happened next.
I told my wife to go inside because he had loaded the gun.
Oropesa forced himself inside their home, first turning his weapon on Garcia's wife, Sonia.
That's when my friend told me to run. Sonia is dead. You have 2 kids. Run. We will take care of ourselves. So that's when I went through the window.
Garcia returned a short time later, only to see Oropesa still inside.
That's when the suspect shot at me. He shot at me 5 times behind my house. When he didn't catch me, he returned to gun them down again and shot them on the head.
Jesus, man. My God.
Insane.
Just trying to live your life, and you got these lunatics.
How far away is this town from the border?
I don't know. Cleveland,
I feel like that's what he booked.
Sort of close.
Is it? Yeah, Cleveland, Texas. Yeah, if so, that might be where they should start looking for this guy. 38-year-old Francisco Oropesa is the man who's responsible for all of this. And it just is one of those things that did not need to happen. The house held 15 people in all, several of them friends who had been there to join Garcia's wife on a church retreat. The gunman seemed intent on killing everyone, Garcia said. Also among the dead were Garcia's son, Daniel Enrique Lasso, 2 women who died while shielding Garcia's baby and 2-year-old daughter. And Garcia said one of the women had told him to jump out the window because my children were without a mother and one of their parents had to stay alive and take care of them. Just brutal, man. And it is something that seems to be all too common in this country when you see these incidents like this. That the person who's able to do that, who's willing to do that, should never have a weapon in the first place. And
I was wrong. It's about 200 miles from the border.
Is it? Okay, so it's
still a day's
Texas
drive.
is huge, man.
Texas is massive. It is a massive state. Our friends in Dallas know all too well, but this is a story that certainly is big news over there. Hopefully they find this guy. DJ Rage on Twitch says it's an $80,000 reward. Jim on YouTube says the shooter had been deported 5 times and was back in the United States. I'm not sure if that's true, and I haven't seen that anywhere, but we'll see. Chi-Town Schweety says, Greg Abbott's tweet, that's the governor of Texas, made sure to mention that they were illegal and not to give thoughts or prayers. Is that true? Governor Abbott? Let's see. Governor Abbott Twitter. Did he take it down, or is that still up? Here it is. Governor Greg Abbott on Twitter. I'm sure he's commented about this, but if he was talking about don't give any thoughts and prayers.
That is a spicy take.
Yeah. I mean, it says, all right. Our hearts go out to the families and loved ones of the 5 victims that were taken in the senseless act of violence. I continue working with state and local officials to ensure they have all available resources to respond to this horrific crime. It did say Governor Greg Abbott today announced a $50,000 reward for a Texas Department of Public Safety top 10 fugitive who was in the country illegally and killed 5 illegal immigrants in a shooting Friday night. I guess the contention is that he didn't need to mention that the people killed were in the country illegally, and he put that out in his tweet, which is still live at this moment. All right, let's get to you. Let's work in some dispatches. Here we go. It's the Drunken Mailman chiming in. He says, Elvis is your dog now,
Hey,
Sean.
guys, happy new start of the week, unfortunately.
Quick note, give it just a second before you start talking with your dispatch.
Hey,
Otherwise, we get that where it's like,
Hey, guys, happy new start of the week, unfortunately. Hey, Sean, you just got to face it. Elvis is your dog now. Your sister or whoever dropped that dog off was just dropping it on you, man. They didn't want that fat, lazy dog.
Oh, God.
Why are y'all so mean to Elvis,
congratulations,
man?
you have 2 dogs now.
You know what? If I would have another dog, I would want it to be like Elvis in every way except for the bad ways. All right? Those ways, not great.
How generic.
Other ways, fantastic. He's a sweet boy. He doesn't like watching animals on the TV. And what's funny is, and Courtney makes fun of him for this, when we take him around the neighborhood to go for his walks, he sees a real dog, and he'll never bark at a real dog.
Right.
Like, he will just walk by and be like, oh, okay. He'll never get into it with some real dog on the streets. But he's like one of these people who talks crap online, and then in the real world, he wouldn't say anything
He's a
like
troll.
that. He's a troll dog. That's what he's up to. Here's Swilly chiming in. It says Humdrum Day.
Hey, everybody. Happy today. I'm hanging out with my buddy Hampton.
Nice.
Come here.
I hear him.
What are you doing?
Is it a pig?
Yeah, it's
He's
a
being
pig.
very musical today
Hampton the
because
pig.
No, it's a cat,
he's
Sean.
expecting his banana, and he's very
Wait,
patiently
or a
waiting.
monkey?
I ask because that sounds like Elvis. He literally, he does all those kinds of noises. And you can't tell always what it is.
All right, come here. Eat up. You're a good pig. I hope everybody had a great weekend.
That'll do.
And I'm looking forward to the show.
All right.
So have a good day, y'all.
Thank you,
Okay,
Swilly.
goodbye.
Appreciate you. Oh God, please don't tell me there's more people who are buying in on this space is fake thing. Here's BT.
Morning, guys. You know, one time me and Jenna went and we watched where I guess it's the boosters come back and return to Earth. We saw this from the beach, and watching these things land, it doesn't even look real in person. It didn't look real. I've
That's
seen
true.
better graphics in a Hollywood movie than what it looked like in person. It looked fake.
I
But
know that it looks fake. When
I didn't know
those
you
things
could watch
land.
that from the beach.
Yeah, I didn't know you'd be able to see. I didn't know how far out it was, actually.
Yeah.
Like out into the ocean. But it does look fake when you see a rocket landing back on the launch pad after the thing is taken off. But it's real. It's just something amazing that they've been able to achieve. Maybe he believes that.
But it was really happening. I saw it.
Yeah.
As far as astronauts being underwater, that's absurd. There is space. I, in fact, have tickets to go back to space.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe for the first time.
Hold on to those.
Ah.
Hold on. They're going to be real useful very, very soon. When we come back, the NFL draft was going down this weekend. People watched this for some reason. I don't know why, but there was one moment that caught my eye, and now one player is under fire for something he said during the draft. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Come on. Heart Hour stuff.
At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, good Monday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you Monday weather here as we approach midday in Central Florida. Sunny skies, looks like we're dry, just a real pretty day. A little breezy for the PM out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll survive, though. No storms around the day. Again, dry conditions and some mid-80s for you. 64 tonight, mainly clear, cool, moonlit skies. Your Tuesday and Wednesday featuring highs in the 80s, sun-filled skies. Enjoy. For Fox 35, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Fresh from Florida.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for Fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
Let me tell you about an amazing company. If you have a house, you got to worry about the upkeep on this thing. You don't want to let everything start breaking around you. But you also don't want to be taken advantage of by companies that just know you don't know about this stuff and they can charge you whatever they want. You don't have to worry about that with Mills Air. It's an incredibly honest company. Leon Mills is the best of the best, and his techs that he's hired, they are excellent. They know how to explain things to you in a way that makes sense. For me, they had Mo come over from Mills Air. He looked at the air conditioner in the studio. It was not working. We were sweating in here. This thing was just broken. I don't know anything about it, but he took it apart completely. And then when he fixed it, it's been working perfectly ever since. Now, they could have tried to sell me a brand new AC. I wouldn't have known any better, but that's not what they do at Mills Air. They just want to help you out and get a customer for life. Their techs can service any brand out there, and Mills Air is a Carrier factory authorized dealer. That means they can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Call today to schedule your appointment at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Fast food doesn't always have to sound like this. When you buy fresh from Florida, fast food can sound like this. Make quick and easy family meals with the tastiest flavors of Florida. Look for the sunny Fresh from Florida logo where you shop and find delicious, refreshing recipes for what's in season at followfreshfromflorida.com.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Summer's almost here. Time to get swimsuit ready for the pool parties and beach vacations. And for the confidence to look your very best, get RM3 from Red Mountain Weight Loss. RM3 works on your belly, hips, and thighs, attacking unhealthy fat and reshaping your body, all while helping you lose up to 20 pounds or more per month. There's simply no faster way to get swimsuit ready than with RM3. It's safe and effective for men and women, and it's all natural, so it won't make you nervous or jittery. RM3 helps overcome issues that cause weight gain, like a slowing metabolism, hormone imbalance, or menopause. This patented medication is available only by prescription, and you can only get it at Red Mountain Weight Loss. So trust the experts at Red Mountain Weight Loss for programs that are doctor supervised and highly successful. Lose weight and look great just in time for summer with RM3. Dial pound 250 from your cell phone right now and use the keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss. That's pound 250 keyword Red Mountain Weight Loss.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic. Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics from Align, the probiotic brand recommended by gastroenterologists 2 times more than any other probiotic brand. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel at AlignProbiotics.com.
Bank of America has powerful digital solutions for local and global businesses, so you can make every move matter. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. Bank of America, N.A. Copyright 2023.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. You can always join us on the show by sending us what we call a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com for that. All this weekend, I saw people just staring intently at the television, just really seemingly enjoying this NFL football draft.
Wow.
And they were blaring it just that loud.
That's my bad.
They were partying up and enjoying themselves, and I don't get it, frankly. It's I'm not a huge sports fan, as you may know. I know it's shocking to hear this.
I hope everyone's sitting down.
I don't understand it. But these people, they watch and it's like, ooh, what team is on the clock? And they say, the Dolphins are on the clock. Who are they going to choose? Here's the people who are available right now. Some of it's kind of brutal. Like there is a guy, I think he may have been a quarterback, and they expected him to go very early in the first round. And he was like on his couch with the cameras. You know how they send like the whole kind of broadcast kit to him? He's sitting there.
Are they still sending that much stuff to everybody? Or maybe for the later on picks.
Yeah.
They could just send them that same kit that they sent everybody during COVID.
Yeah, I think
had like iPhones and stuff in it.
I don't know if they've changed that or not. Maybe they just kept it because they had those kits. And then if they got them back, maybe I'm not sure exactly how they did it. But he's got a camera on him, this guy that I'm talking about. And he's in the living room. His girlfriend and his mom or something are next to him.
Loser.
And at first, it starts off and you're like, oh, look how excited these guys are. The draft has started. He's going to go early in the draft. And as they keep cutting back to him as the rounds go on, like, you know, as the picks go on, he's getting more and more sad. And then he's like, he didn't get drafted in the first round. And they cut to the house and he's like, real sad face on his phone, you know, trying to like text or whatever. And then finally somebody picks him up in the second round, this guy. and they brutally, because I think he was watching this on the coverage. They said, just so you know, if he was picked in the top 10 like they thought he was going to be picked, he probably would have been making $30 to $40 million in his contract. Because he was picked in the second round, he's going to make between $2 and $7 million. And it's like, oh, God. And I know everybody's like, still a millionaire, but there's a big difference between that. And this guy's like just crumbling, watching his chances fade away. 11th center field says Shawnee was there, not home on the couch. The thing I saw, he was on a couch. It was on a couch with his girlfriend next to him and the wife, unless they've got like rooms. They're saying Levis. I don't know if that was him or not. I didn't pay enough attention to it. I know the Georgia guy is in trouble because they captured Jamal Jarrett, and he was watching the draft and recorded himself saying something that's biting him in the ass right now. Here it is. I think you'll pick up on what went down here and why he's backpedaling from this.
Jalen Carter.
He's trying to hope that they say his name. Jalen Carter. Say my name. Say my name. Well, hold on. That's Jalen Carter. Oh, no. He's hoping they say somebody else's name because he is Jamal Jarrett. He's the freshman 4-star recruit playing for the Bulldogs, and he's the one watching this. He wants a friend of his to get picked, and he doesn't.
Jalen Carter. Come on, you Asian.
You say Asian?
Oh! Yeah. He said, come on, you Asian. And he said, ching chong. And not going to go over very well, especially on social media. And they say he's getting a whole bunch of heat for this right now. Meanwhile, I saw somebody talk about this on chat, so let's bring this forward because they said, I thought Sean was going to talk about this moment. This is the heartwarming moment of the draft. Cowboys draft Kansas State running back Deuce Vaughn. What a name that is, man. Deuce Vaughn.
You better kick ass if your name's Deuce, because it could go very, very wrong.
I feel like you have no
you.
other choice but to be involved in sports.
Yeah. If you're not, the jokes are very, very, very obvious.
Yeah, Deuce Vaughn.
And Deuce Vaughn is out there doing his football thing. His dad, Chris Vaughn, works in the scouting department for the Dallas Cowboys. And I guess they saw his dad's reaction when he found out his son was getting picked by his own team in the draft. I haven't seen this yet, but they exploded. Skipped the one guy. The one guy in the middle didn't get any handshake or hug or anything.
So this guy is a scout for the Cowboys?
He's a scout for the Cowboys, and his son got drafted by the Cowboys.
How is he so emotional over a decision that it sounds like he made?
You know, it must be awkward to be in that situation because they're like, well, who should we get, you know? We need some people in the running back position.
Have you met Deuce? My son?
Hey, I mean, not for nothing, but my son's pretty good. He could be an asset to the team. And then they actually picked him to be a Dallas Cowboy. So that's a pretty cool moment there. We're going to go to you in just a moment. But I saw this story before the show, and I said, I wonder how common that is. I feel like Sabrina is going to have the lowest number on this.
How dare you?
I think you're going to have the lowest number, but I'm going to throw this to you two and everybody else. I want to hear what your answer is as well. When is the last time you spoke with one of your neighbors? When is the last time you talked to one of your neighbors?
I just spoke to my neighbor this morning.
You spoke to your neighbor today, this very day.
Yes, this very day.
Celine,
I
how
talk to
about
my
you?
neighbors all the time.
Talk to the one across the street sometimes.
When was the last time you could think of?
Last week, maybe. Usually it's just a quick
When's the last time you spoke to your neighbor, huh?
I talked to my neighbor about a week and a half ago, I think. She was out in the front yard, and we were talking about how the lot got cleared across the street. We just do to walk by, say hi. We talk to all the people when we walk around the neighborhood, and say hi if somebody nods at us or whatever. But they said that the average adult has not spoken to their neighbors in 3 weeks. And this is an interesting thing to note. That, and again, I said this after getting a house. I was like, I thought that I would have so much more interaction with my neighbors. I thought it was gonna be like, good morning. Like every day.
I do it all the time. Love it.
You do. You know both of them on both sides, right?
And across the street. Down the block.
See, I don't have anybody really across the street anymore. And the guy that was across the street for a while was strange.
Okay.
And well, I mean,
loves the show.
Didn't the cops keep coming to visit that guy?
like, come out now or we're going in with the dogs. Like,
boy.
Okay, well, what's happening with this guy over here? He's making the neighborhood a little more exciting tonight. They said the average adult has not spoken to their neighbors in 3 weeks. And I think that it kind of makes Nextdoor, the app, a little more interesting when you hear that. Because that may be the most social interaction with neighbors that people are getting. And some of you are big into this. Sun State John on YouTube says, I love my neighbors John and Carol. They help me with donating and selling my wife's things that we do not need. I guess his wife just passed recently. Sam on YouTube says, I texted a neighbor just this morning. One of his sprinklers is broken and shooting up water like 8 feet in the air.
I did the same exact thing for my neighbors across the street. I'm like, hey, heads up. Your sprinkler is just donating water all the way down the road, and there's also a box of fried chicken on the ground. I don't know if they're related.
I think the interesting thing is you want that. What Sabrina is saying is like a good interaction. You're saying, hey, heads up, your sprinkler's busted, and they go, oh, thanks, I didn't notice that. But if all the interactions with your neighbor are negative interactions, the music's too loud, you got to keep up your yard better, just fights, then you have an antagonistic relationship with that person that you live so close to. And you can't control who your neighbors are, obviously. Just
but if only they could control me being their neighbor.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what I'm talking about. Only coming over and complaining about things and saying, oh, it's too loud or this or whatever they want to complain about. There's a lot of people who are on this same path. The Drunken Mailman says, I haven't spoken to my neighbor in years. Lord Farquaad on Discord says, I've talked to people that live around me, but never talked to my direct neighbors. I guess it depends on, and I know this might sound weird to some people, but how close you live to your neighbors, right? So if you have a big ass piece of property, your neighbor, maybe somebody that you rarely ever interact with, you might just see them drive by and stuff. If you have a smaller property, you're going to be interacting with those people a little bit more. But honestly, I thought it'd be a lot more than it is. We say hi, wave over the fence, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And just in my head, I was like, we're going to see each other every day. We're going to be buddies.
Remember when we thought your neighbor had like the biggest dog ever?
Yeah, because we were just hearing at the fence like, roar, roar.
No, it was jumping like
ram
full force so hard into the fence. We're like, this must be a lion next door.
It would rock the fence.
And you would then you peek over the fence and there's this tiny little dog that just has a lot of spunk.
Yeah, you could pick it up in your hand. Yeah. That's his dog. But
Carl?
I think it might have been just running full speed and just launching.
Smacking its body
into the fence. We're going to hear from you. We got more dispatches on the way. When we come back, they're trying to take it away from us. Oh. It's the end of something. And it's something that I'm kind of actually happy to see go. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
If I-4 is a part of your travels this afternoon, you can expect delays heading eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535, and congestion heading westbound on I-4 between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. Watch out for delays due to an accident on Goldenrod Road heading northbound between State Road 408 and Colonial Drive. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's new Rechargers are handcrafted energy drinks to help you power through your day. Made the way you want, iced or frozen, with natural sources of caffeine. Get energy for every day. Gotta have a Wawa.
You probably already know that Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. But now we have a chance for you to earn $5,000. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you the keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. However, if you listen to Real Radio on our free iHeartRadio app, you can earn $5,000. Always remember, if you get the call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change-outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
And now, a couple of corny facts. Number 1, Florida sweet corn season ends in June. June? What? Why didn't anybody tell me that it was gonna... It's sweet corn season in Florida. Stop on your way home and get some before it's gone.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall, there's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
The internet can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full. Too many maiden names. And social security numbers. Where'd you find those? By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
The way healthcare works today can be frustrating. So many different doctors to keep track of, different tests, different medications. It's a lot. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care covered by most Medicare plans. Here, your own doctor coordinates all of your care for you, even talking to your specialists and your pharmacist to manage prescriptions. There's a lot more about Village Medical that we think you'll love. When's the last time you said that about healthcare? Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
For over 35 years, we at Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, have built our firm with the word more in mind. We have more than 800 lawyers and more offices nationwide ready to fight for you. And to date, we have recovered more than $15 billion for our clients. So, if you've been injured at work or in a car accident, you deserve more. Contact Morgan & Morgan today. Just dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial #546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
What'd you do?
It's my fault. Celia was giving me all the signals to remind me that Amy Caulfield was next, and I thought he was doing the go to break.
That is, I don't know how.
It was a giant A.
It was an A, like I'm doing the YMCA.
Yeah, it was a giant A.
A for Amy.
And I was like, he doesn't usually do that kind of symbol when we're going to break. Well, you must hear me. I'm getting ready to go to break. And then I go, oh, man. What? How could I possibly
forget? It's my
forget?
favorite time of the week.
It is my favorite time on Mondays. Our friend Amy Caulfield, the Fox 30.
Hey, you guys. Happy Monday. I love you. Actually, Sean, I was late. I was in a meeting and I walked out and go, oh my gosh, I'm late. C-Lane sent me a message like 4 minutes ago. So anyway, my apologies if that messed you guys up.
No, it didn't. I'm the one who screwed things up here, but we got it all together now. How's everything going in your world? Did you have a great weekend, Amy Caulfield?
Great weekend. We got some baseball games in. We had a little sports banquet last night. Always, good. The weather was crazy, wasn't it? Like all that wacky, wild storms that we had. That whole week last week was crazy. Did you guys get any hail damage where you were?
Strangely enough, I don't think any of the three of us, everybody else got really bad weather. And for us, it was like, hurry up and wait.
We got all the warnings for it.
Ooh,
like,
that's good.
Prepare for it. And I watched Fox 35 that morning and I had planned my day around it's going to be really crappy weather, and then we were good.
I keep getting these warnings. I don't know if they're if it's some mistake. I get warnings from my Alexa app, and it says there's going to be a thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning until 9 p.m. And it'll be like the middle of the day, and I'm like, an hours-long thunderstorm. What am I supposed to do now?
Mine gets really specific. Mine says it's going to start raining at 10:15, and then it's going to stop raining at 10:47.
Okay.
And then none of those things happen. And I'm like, why are you being so specific when you can't even guess whether it's going to happen or not? It's just been all over the place. And I'm sure you saw that tornado down in West Palm Beach that was wild.
Yeah, that was bad. Palm Beach Gardens. That was crazy. We were just looking at the video of that this morning. I mean, it was serious. I think they're going to try to figure out, they do the EF scale to try to figure out, how bad it was. So the National Weather Service will be there looking at the damage. But based on what the damage looked like, I would say it was maybe like a 2 or 3. It looked pretty nasty.
Yeah. I saw something the other day and I was like, I wonder what everybody thinks about this. So I want to bring it up just so we can go over this real quick before we get to what Amy's got going on. But there's a story that I teased right before the break where they said gas leaf blowers and lawnmowers are shockingly bad for the planet, and bans are beginning to spread. So they're like banning some of this stuff. And one of the things that I've noticed is there's a lot of people who hate leaf blowers. There's a lot of people. Every comment section I see, good. To hell with them. I know Sabrina's not a huge fan of leaf blowers.
I just don't understand it. Like, I know it is to blow leaves, but it just seems like they're blowing them into other areas in which a leaf blower will be hired to blow them back to that area.
So it's a war with your neighbors. Because
why don't they have a leaf sucker?
Yeah, you blow the leaves
in a bag
over to your neighbor's yard, then they blow them back, and round we go. And meanwhile, I have a personal vendetta against them because when the lawn guy comes, he goes,
I can't tell. She
Amy?
looks frozen.
Oh.
We lost lost her.
That?
That's the leaf blower police.
Yeah, she said, I'm getting out of this. This is too controversial. We'll get Amy back on.
I was like, man, I was looking at her shot.
And I'm like, she's not laughing.
And I was like, she is really intently listening to this leaf blower garbage. You were droning on about leaf blowers, and she is just like intently staring.
I wanted to see what she thought about this, and she's jettisoned. She's ejected out of the show. This is something that they're starting to do, and people go bananas over these things. I
can't stand it, man. And I have to be on. Hey, Amy's back.
There she is.
Oh, good.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. It just froze. Like Sean was like frozen like mid mouth, where his mouth was like.
You didn't miss it. Well, you froze too, but as I was explaining to them, you froze listening to Sean just
he's really hammering me.
Go
for this.
on
I just
and
wanted
on
to
about
bring up
leaf
one
blowers
thing for 5 seconds.
I was like,
My
man,
God,
she's really listening intently to this leaf blower talk.
And then you turned green when we went to your camera. I don't know how that happened. If they banned,
You know what's funny?
Go ahead.
I'm convinced, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I'm convinced every morning we go out to our live reporters. And every time we go out to them, the lawn crew is like right behind them or like right next to them. It's like you can hear the leaf blowers and the weed whackers. It's like clockwork. I'm like, oh my gosh, the second we toss the reporter, there's a weed whacker guy.
They're screwing up our broadcasting. We've got to get rid of these things.
That's not a leaf blower sound at all.
They were trying to ban these across all different countries are starting to do that. What is on your radar since Sealand hates that story so much that I wanted to bring up?
You guys were working on a couple of things. One, downtown Orlando bars. I know you guys have been talking about this a lot, but this new permit that they have to have between midnight and 2 a.m. to sell alcohol, that has gone into effect. That goes into effect tonight. So a lot of these bars applied, the owners applied, and as of this morning, about half of them managed to get their applications through. So City of Orlando representative says of the 61 applications they have received for this special permit as of Friday, 28 have been approved so far. And for those who have not been following it, basically what it's doing is, because there have been some problems downtown with safety issues and just people being concerned about, crime, they have asked the business owners to pick up the slack in paying for having extra security on hand between midnight and 2 a.m. so that people feel safer being in downtown. So whether it'll work or not, we'll have to wait and see. But again, as I just mentioned, about half of the people who've applied for these permits to sell alcohol after midnight have now been approved.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, I didn't even know this, but there's another layer to it. I guess you have to pay this fee and sign up for this stuff to pay for the security. But then after a certain time, you have to log everybody who goes into your establishment.
No, I think you have to keep track of how many people are there. You're not writing down names.
Like one of those little clicker things that they do at the theme parks.
You have to keep track of whether or how many people are in there. If there's over 40 people or something like that, and then there is a thing. I'll try to bring this up, but there was something in it that said you have to scan their ID cards to get a list of the people who visited in any given night.
I was talking to a friend of mine who's very involved in the nightlife in downtown Orlando, and I know there was a report going around that was only 16 clubs had the permit and everyone else would have to close at 12, but it seems like a lot of people were still in the process of it. And I would not be surprised if they're still going to operate as normal in hopes that, we have our application pending.
Right.
Our intention is there.
Yes, Sabrina, the bar owners that we spoke to said that they're hoping the city will give them sort of a grace period while they're waiting for their permit to be approved. So basically they're doing everything they can. They're just waiting on the city to approve it. So
now has the city
we're waiting
said
to find out
where this money is going to? I know that we're paying for law enforcement to be there after 12 p.m. or 12 a.m. rather, but is there... it seems like a bunch of money is going to the city. Is it going to improve our roads, or
probably not?
Or is it just going to the pockets?
That's a valid question. I think it is supposed to go towards securing a better, safer downtown. So, so that's really the big question. But yeah, you're right. That's definitely worth something that digging into, talking about how much money are we exactly talking about here? If you've got 60 plus businesses paying this fee, and then I don't know how the permit works. Is it I assume it's annual, right?
So
I don't know.
Here's what this says. It says other safety requirements are now in place. They include paying for off-duty police officers, metal detector wands if occupancy is over 50, and using an ID scanner and keeping a log of customers after 10 p.m. So they literally say, like, you have to keep a log of the people who are in your establishment.
People don't want to do that as patrons.
No, but they're going to argue, well, if there's a shooting or something, then we'll have the log.
Yeah, because someone who's going to shoot up a club gives their ID to scan.
Yeah, I didn't even know they were doing that part. So yeah, I guess there's a bunch of changes. Big pain in the ass.
I'm just glad they're not touching our happy hour crowd. That's where I'm at. If the sun's up, then I'm there. Thank you.
So we have an update to I don't know if you guys heard about the Desertland shooting that happened late Saturday night, almost midnight on Saturday.
Texas,
There's a group of teenage kids that were coming out of Desertland in Orlando. This is down, for those not familiar with it, kind of down in the iDrive area. And it's kind of an action park. They have all kinds of fun stuff for kids to do in there. So it's really popular. But somebody shot into this crowd of teenagers. And as of this morning, one of them we knew was in critical condition. But sadly, we've just learned that person has died. It's just a 14-year-old kid, you guys. 14.
Yeah, Jesus.
I mean, that's just so heartbreaking. So anyway, we know there's 2 other kids who were also shot. We believe they're still at Arnold Palmer. And at this point, police said they have not identified a suspect. There's nobody in custody. So that's a little disconcerting to know that, whoever did this is still running around out there.
Yeah, and a lot of people in chat chiming in on the downtown situation are making what I think is a fair point. Like, whose responsibility is it to make sure that downtown is safe? If it's OPD's responsibility, we already pay OPD. As taxpayers, people pay for a budget for the Orlando Police Department. This kind of seems almost like they're double dipping and making an excuse why they can't do this without the extra money for these bars. There's been a big squeeze on these bars for quite some time, and the mayor seems to have a different vision of the downtown area than some other people do. But a lot of people were chiming in on
and
it.
I think you guys know, because we've all lived here a long time. You think back to when a downtown was vibrant and you had department stores and you had, dry cleaning and restaurants. And I mean, all of those things that you're accustomed to having in a downtown setting. And a lot of those things have gone away. Like we haven't had, when was the last time we had a department store in downtown? I mean, it's probably before I moved here 20 years ago.
Well, we just lost the Walgreens that they, had kind of fought for. And then I think there's only one 7-Eleven left.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There was 3 7-Elevens
at one point, yeah.
I know that seems silly, but...
Well, there used to be nothing, and I only know this because when I was playing a lot of gigs downtown, if my guitar ran out of battery, there was nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden there was 3 7-Elevens, and now it's just that one that in your old building.
I wonder what they're going to turn that Walgreens into, though. Like, if they can make it a club that still looks like a Walgreens, I think that would be really fun. Or an escape room. That'd be fun, too.
Leave some of the aisles there and stuff. That could work.
You get a COVID test and also a shot.
I think you're onto something. What else is grabbing your attention, Amy Kaufman?
Okay. So that, and then I don't know if you guys saw, and this is sort of really just kind of the back and forth has been crazy, but the DeSantis board, the board appointed by Governor DeSantis, is going to now countersue Disney in response to their lawsuit. So now we're going to start having to get out like the whiteboard and start doing the play-by-play because it has become so complicated that I have to basically go back and review the story every day. So I'm like, okay, what exactly? Who's suing who? I don't know. I got to go back and check.
This seems like the biggest waste of time,
money, efforts,
everything.
It's a clown show.
It's a little game between 2 different groups, and the governor is just like. I wonder if Disney's got a shot with their lawsuit against him because it becomes very clear at some point to anybody watching that you're targeting a single corporation, and the governor is probably not supposed to be doing that. And I don't know. This is going to play out in courts, but like Amy said, it's now to the point where it's hard to even know how many different things are going on here all at once.
While he's trying to change the law about running for president while still being the governor.
That's coming down the pipeline. They got that. That's going to be, I think, this week or something he's going to sign.
Yeah, that's actually on his way to the governor's desk.
Unless he decides not to sign it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I just love how he preaches Disney's got to be fair. They think they can't follow everyone's rules, but I'm also going to change the rules and not be fair with any other governors in the United States.
It's like my dad playing Monopoly when I was a kid. Just making it up as you go along.
But you know what? The bill actually says something like this. It's like, if you are a current office holder, you cannot run for any other office until you resign from your current position, except for if that position is the presidency. So it says,
why does he want to do both? Why does he just resign so he can run for president?
Well, it means everybody who wants to run for any other office cannot run for that office unless they resign from their current office, unless you are holding down an office and you want to run for the presidency.
Oh, so the loophole is everyone run for president.
Yeah, everybody would have to run for president if they wanted to make this thing work. All right, well, thank you so much, Amy.
I love you guys.
Love you too, Amy.
We love you.
Sorry about the signal issues. Next week we're going to get it perfect. I just know it.
It's probably on our end. We always screw things up over here. It can't possibly
No,
be
you
you.
don't.
We
No,
love
you
you,
don't.
and we'll see you next week.
Love you guys.
There she
Have a
goes.
great week.
Amy
Love that
Kaufeld,
lady.
Fox 35. She's the absolute best. Make sure you're watching each and every morning, and you'll get the best roundup of the news you could absolutely want over at Good Day Orlando or Fox35Orlando.com. It's Bare Minimum Monday, please. All right?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Tell Amy.
I'm putting just the bare minimum over here. I don't want to do this story because
Yes,
I feel
you
like
do.
I'll steal another one from the next episode. Are you
No.
going to talk about the Taylor Swift train thing or no?
Oh, no, go for it.
Okay. Have you seen this? This is unbelievable. I'm going to mute it because
Is she the problem or is it the train?
you're going to see. You'll see what's happening here. This is very visual, so I'll pop it up on See It Now during the break. This poor
I saw
woman.
this.
Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw this.
I don't know. This is new for me.
Oh, my God. This poor woman. She's on the train, and she wants to get off at the next stop. The next stop is the venue where the Taylor Swift concert in Atlanta was going on.
Uh-huh.
Now, watch. She's like, there's not a lot of people on the train with her. Watch this, okay? Here you go. As she's pulling in, there is a crowd as far as the eye can see, like zombies in The Walking Dead.
And they are decked out
Yeah.
to go to the Taylor Swift show.
All of these people ready for the Taylor Swift
She's like,
show.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
She said, can you back up? Can you back up? Give me 1 second. She's trying to like message to them with her hands that she wants to get off here. And she tries to get off at the stop.
Oh,
and
God.
all of the Taylor Swift fans are all getting on at once. And it's
oh no.
Oh my God. Just absolute pandemonium
that.
on this train. I'm going to put this up in the See It Now section. of
Oh
the
my
news.
God.
It just keeps going. You can't fit this many people in a train. There's just no way. All of them together.
Okay, noted, because I'm supposed to be going to Atlanta for Beyonce.
Be
And
careful.
We were like thinking we should get a hotel that's near the train because
Uh-huh.
it drops it off right by Mercedes-Benz. But if it's going to be like this, absolutely not.
That poor lady just wanted
Any
to
of the
get
Atlanta
off.
listeners, email me. I have questions.
All she wanted to do was get off the train, and there's just thousands
God.
and thousands of people. Again, I'll put that up on the See It Now section of the News Junkie app. When we come back, there is a man who is just as worried about robots as I am. That means he's probably very, very smart. We're going to hear from him and see what he is warning about what's happening with AI. That is coming up next, along with you and your dispatches. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
If I-4 is a part of your travels this afternoon, you can expect delays heading eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. There's slowdowns on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. Expect congestion on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and before State Road 535. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
All right, my friends, chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. So get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don's going to review your quote today. That mortgage guy, Don, not only is he an expert, he's part of the Real Radio family. He's your friend, and he has your best interest in mind. Now, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. If you want to see a difference, go to the website right now, thatmortgageguyDon.com. You can see immediately it is chock full of information for you, and you have direct access to the man himself. Any question that you have, he is there to answer it for you via live chat, email, Zoom call. Perhaps you want to hear your question answered live on the radio on the Home Loans Radio Show. It's right there on the website, and you have to get the process started today. It's super easy to do, plain and simple. There's no spam, there's no hassle. You just have peace of mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Ocean Bank is coming to Orlando. So we decided to bring you a break from the commercial break. Take this time to dream about how you would grow your business with Ocean Bank. Visit us at oceanbank.com. Ocean Bank. Member FDIC.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The biggest horse race of the year is here, and there's no better time to get in on the action with FanDuel Racing, because right now all customers can get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20. That means you'll get up to $20 back if your win bet doesn't win. The FanDuel Racing app is super easy to use, safe, and secure, and when you win, you get paid fast. So don't miss out. The Derby is coming up this Saturday. It's the most watched horse race in the world and the longest continuously running sports event in the country. Get in on the excitement and tradition of the Run for the Roses this Saturday. The FanDuel Racing app has all the horse racing action. Visit racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL for your chance to get a no-sweat derby bet up to $20 on FanDuel Racing. That's racing.fanduel.com/DerbyFL. Age and residency restrictions apply. Offer valid on first Derby win wager. Refund issued in non-withdrawable racing site credit that expires on 6/12/23. Restrictions apply. See terms at racing.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fontum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Welcome to Pollo Tropical. Would you like to try our new coconut shrimp?
Coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp. Shrimp and the coconut. Coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp.
Coco y camarón.
Pollo is serving up perfectly golden, sweet, and savory coconut shrimp in a bowl, platter, or on the side with our pineapple rum sauce. We're going coconuts for the all-new coconut shrimp, only at Pollo Tropical.
Coconut shrimp, coco y camarón.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, money, M-O-N-E-Y, money. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
future is here, and I, for one, am scared as hell. I swear to God, wait till you hear the details of what scientists and engineers just did. It's one of those things where you go, wait, what? Should we be doing this? Nobody's asking if we should be doing this. We're just doing it Jurassic Park style. This is for real, all right? This actual real thing that has happened. They said last spring, engineers in Barcelona packed up the sperm-injecting robot they designed and sent it by DHL to New York City. They followed it to a clinic there called New Hope Fertility Center, where they put the instrument back together, assembling a microscope, a mechanized needle, a tiny petri dish, and a laptop. Now, here's what happened next.
Sperm included.
There was some. There was some on site. It might have been sea lanes. I'm not sure if it made it that far down the chain or if they used somebody else's for this.
Wait, Celine, do they just keep that in the bank now until further notice, or did you let them know about the big news and then they just throw it away?
I had only given the sample to get it analyzed. I didn't give any for storage.
So they just look at it under a microscope, do their thing, do their testing, and then they
right
just,
down the drain,
throw it away somewhere.
Probably,
which is very strange to think about.
Same place I put it.
That's true. I don't know why. It goes the same place no matter where, no matter what you're doing with it. But this says then one of the engineers with no real experience in fertility medicine used a Sony PlayStation 5 controller to position a robotic needle. Eyeing a human egg through a camera, it then moved forward on its own, penetrating the egg and dropping off a single sperm cell. Altogether, the robot was used to fertilize more than a dozen eggs.
But it worked, right?
It worked. Yeah.
Because I always, just to have one single sperm delivered, that is in the hopes that the egg would accept it.
Right.
Right? Because if you have, millions of sperm in the natural birthing process, there's a lot that are rejected.
Right. Yeah. They're just putting I think that they know that the egg is ready, and then the one that they're putting in there is it's a performer, and they get it right where it needs to be. I love that they use a PlayStation 5 controller for some reason.
That I wouldn't be surprised if that sort of thing you start seeing that pop up in other professional settings.
Does that say something really good for the PlayStation 5 controller?
Unless you go to my PlayStation 5 controller I had an issue with where it was just turning left all of a sudden. That would suck for the sperm.
That would be a big problem for them. But all the money they have, all the expensive machines that they have, and they land on using a PlayStation 5 controller for this task. That's kind of a nod to the PlayStation 5 controller.
I'm surprised that there's not more aircraft that have a similar deal.
Yeah. If you can use a controller for it, you can use that, and then I guess they're accurate enough that it works. The result of the procedures, say the researchers, were healthy embryos, and now 2 baby girls who they claim are the first people to be born after fertilization by a robot. So, it straight up worked.
What age do you tell those girls?
Yeah, that's an awkward conversation.
You get them a PS5 for Christmas, or I guess PS7 at that point.
We've come a long way. I don't know if you guys.
How do you spell that word?
This COME. This might be something that is not connecting with you guys because I'm a little bit older than you. Not too much older.
That's a
little
significant amount.
No, it's just a little bit older. I'm 41.
Vastly older.
Yeah, vastly.
You're the only one in your
40s. Yes, but I'm only barely in my 40s. Oh, God, I'm going to be 42 this month. Oh, that's brutal to consider. Anyhow, when I was younger, there was a lot of bullying and stuff that would go on with somebody who used any kind of IVF treatment. They would call people test tube babies, and that was an insult that you would use against somebody.
That was an insult?
Did you all find out, though, when you were younger, who was a test tube baby?
I don't think they did, but I think people just used it as an insult. You would lob around and be like, you're a test tube baby, and which is such a dumb thing. Using science to help you out there somehow makes things different, but that was something that people would throw around as an insult to another person.
That's rude.
And now we got PlayStation 5 controllers, and they're making all these things happen.
You're a PS5 baby.
That's wild. And you know what we're one step away from here? This is the future, friends. All right? And I don't know how women will feel about this. You moms out there. I don't know if you'll love this idea or hate this idea, But before too long, they'll be able to take this machine where they get the baby ready, and then they'll put it in another machine, which will be like a womb for the child.
Baby in a bag.
For all of the months that it needs to gestate. And then the baby, instead of being born from a human body, you just like open it up like a Kinder egg or something, and you'll have the baby that way. And it'll never have to be in the mother's body.
I think if that was
weird.
an option, Ashley would have gone for that.
Yeah, who wouldn't? I mean, it's like, or maybe you feel. I think there's a lot of mothers out there that feel a deep, deep attachment to their children because the child was inside of them at some point in time.
And then I've also heard after the first child, they're like, I never want to do that again.
Yeah. So if moms were given that opportunity, would they go, labor, all the 9 months of carrying around this baby, all these other things? If I could just go, all right, here's an egg, here's a sperm, we'll see you in 9 months. And then you show up to your appointment and they go, here you are, here's your baby, it's ready to go, take it out of here. Like you're going to a big box store and buying a stereo or something. It's pretty crazy where all this is going. And meanwhile, in the world of AI, which has me very frightened as of late, Geoffrey Hinton was an artificial intelligence pioneer. This guy's a bigwig in the world of AI. In 2012, Dr. Hinton and 2 of his graduate students at the University of Toronto created technology that became the foundation for AI systems that the tech industry's biggest companies believe is a key to their future. On Monday, however, that's today, this guy said he's officially joining a chorus of critics who say these companies are racing toward danger with their aggressive campaign to create products based on generative artificial intelligence.
It's what Megan was about. You guys watch Megan?
Yeah, that was good too.
It's like we're so excited to put out the latest and greatest product and then don't look at the aftermath of it.
And then Megan's killing everybody and like
spoiler alert,
brutalizing people. That was a pretty scary movie, actually.
I enjoyed it.
But it's not too far off from where we are with AI, with artificial intelligence. And this guy's the latest. The guy who's like the godfather of AI is the latest to be worried about this.
What was the other one that was sort of like it was like an AI thing, and he fell in love with it?
Her, yeah, with Joaquin Phoenix, I think, is if that's the one you're talking about.
No.
Yeah.
That's the one where he starts talking to the artificial intelligence voice, and then they get deeper and deeper into their relationship.
I don't think that's the one. I think
well, turns out
was there one that was Deuce Machina?
Oh yeah. But that's like actual animatronic robots. Like
but the robot ended up like locking him away or something like that.
And the robots got too real.
She was hot though.
Which is like the same situation we're seeing with this whole stuff. It's crazy, man, and it's all happening so fast. And it made me think back. Do you remember, was there ever anybody who was freaking out like this about the internet? Like when
Y2K, hello.
Well, there was that. There was like the bug Y2K that was way overblown. It was really, really didn't have much of an impact. But I'm saying, like, was there anybody at the time who was like, whoa, we shouldn't do this whole internet thing. This is dangerous. That was a huge technology breakthrough that connected the globe. I don't remember a lot of people being like, guys, have we stopped to think whether or not we should do this or not? I don't remember that being a thing at the time.
No one said that as far as social media, and that I feel like has been one of the worst and best things that's happened to society.
But with AI,
I mean, I think you when you look at it with full vision, hindsight 2020, when they say, when we look at the internet, we go, wow, that's didn't think of that, whether or not we should do this internet thing. But when they were creating the internet, it was so slow and useless that it didn't seem like it would be scary.
We grew up in a time in which like everyone had to fight over using the computer, couldn't get a phone call on your landline, and the fact that people still have landlines is baffling.
Compare that to now, man. Things have changed quickly.
We had to get a second line.
You got two
Wait, you
landlines?
have two landlines?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean when you were growing up? I thought you meant now.
No.
Like, who are you?
No.
I'm saying dad to be.
We had to get a second landline at my dad's house growing up because of how much internet we used.
Yeah, I think we had 3 because my dad had one for that stupid fax machine I told you about.
You guys are rich.
All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? The 2023 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fan vote winner has been announced, and it joins a list of other musicians whose fans' votes mean nothing. Want to feel old? Bubbles the Chimp is officially over the hill, and I got the details of his birthday party. Plus, William Shatner boldly goes where a bunch of old white dudes have gone before. Find out where and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Hello, good Monday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you Monday weather here as we approach midday in Central Florida. Sunny skies, looks like we're dry, just a real pretty day. A little breezy for the PM out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll survive, though. No storms around the day. Again, dry conditions and some mid-80s for you. 64 tonight, mainly clear, cool, moonlit skies. Your Tuesday and Wednesday featuring highs in the 80s, sun-filled skies. Enjoy. For Fox 35, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
If you're a Dunkin' Rewards member, Mondays might be your new favorite day of the week. Every Monday in May, Dunkin' Reward members can get a free medium, hot, or iced coffee with any purchase. And you get to earn points to spend on even more Dunkin'. Not a member? Join Dunkin' Rewards on the app and get even more Dunkin' deals. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per Monday. Additional charges and terms apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Get ready to roll through McDonald's with the crew. Free up those cup holders, because any size, any flavor is the vibe, and you're getting all the drinks. Make it a tasty frozen Coke, a fun frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a cool frozen Sprite Limonade, a delicious Southern-style sweet tea, or a bold McCafe iced coffee. So many flavors. Any size is just $1.99. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
When we made our McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets, you were praise hands emoji. Then we ran out, and you were screaming tears emoji. Now they're back, so you can be grinning face with sweat emoji. Order ahead on the McDonald's app.
But they're only back for a limited time, so make like a lightning emoji and get yours fast. Order ahead on the app and get 30% off when you spend $5 or more using mobile order and pay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 4/1/23 through 4/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Limited time only. Excludes tax.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent. Dynamite is nutrition. Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
From the Florida Department of Agriculture.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to
to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com. Getrefunds.com.
If you love Florida and you love fun, it's time you went fishing. Because fishing, fun, and Florida just seem to go together. But first, be sure to get your fishing license. It's easy. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting away your worries and reeling in the fun. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to get your license. That's fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com.
What you've heard about probiotics is probably wrong.
I eat yogurt, so I don't need to take a probiotic.
Probiotics? They don't really work.
It's time to learn the truth about probiotics from Align, the probiotic brand recommended by gastroenterologists 2 times more than any other probiotic brand. Align has probiotics to naturally help relieve occasional bloating, gas, and abdominal discomfort. Try Align for a month and see how great a healthy gut can feel at AlignProbiotics.com.
What happens when we're off the air? At Real Radio 1041 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio.
The next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Thanks for listening to the show today. Appreciate you. If you miss anything, you can go over to thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see all of the links you need to subscribe to the podcast right over there on the website. Start yourself an account, send us some dispatches, join the show, take part in all the action right here on the program. All you need to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Yeah, they're calling me Big Boy out there.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina. Hey.
Is that right, Big Boy?
I've heard some people. Some people have been saying it.
Weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don, thatmortgageguyDon.com, and the Home Loans Radio Show. If you're refinancing, buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, then he is the man to work with. Your best interest is in mind. Go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. It was 34 years ago, 1989. I was not alive. Sean, you were what?
I was 8.
12?
I was 8 years old.
Police in California, they were called to a jewelry store after employees reported a suspicious person, or as the kids say, a sus peep, who turned out to be shopping in disguise.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, you do.
Was it Michael Jackson?
It was.
Yeah.
Will you be there? He was there in disguise. And then there was an update. TMZ had posted March of 2019, and they say they now confirmed that the 12-year-old who was with Jackson was one of the Leaving Neverland. Oh my God!
Well, what
Leaving Neverland accusers.
I forgot about all that.
James Safechuck.
You forgot about Michael Jackson?
No, I didn't forget about Michael
How he was
Jackson.
accused?
I forgot about the docuseries Leaving Neverland. Do you want to see Michael Jackson's
wow,
disguise?
That's really long laughter.
Yeah.
Please.
Is it?
Yeah, look.
Okay.
Wait, which one?
This guy.
What's the
over
one
here.
to the right?
They're saying that's Michael Jackson as well. That looks like an alien or something. For God's sake. Trying out your new buttons?
Yeah. They came in stock with crickets, harp, scary, rim shot, applause, laughter, and sad trombone. I don't know what intro and outro is, though.
Welcome.
Hey, it's the next episode. Moving on to the next story, baby. How do we stop it?
You just hit it again. There you go. You got it.
Speaking of Michael Jackson, remember his chimp?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Bubbles.
Well, Bubbles is living the best life in a retirement home. I didn't know they had those for chimps.
Today is your birthday.
But it was his birthday.
These chimps live a long time.
Yeah. He's your age.
He's
a year younger than you.
40?
Yeah, he just turned 40 years old,
Wow.
Bubbles. He's living in a quote-unquote retirement home in Florida called the Center for Great Apes, and they just threw a massive birthday party for him. There was a cake that was frosted with mashed bananas, and then they wrote his name in blueberries, and the theme was, you'll never guess, Bubbles.
Oh.
Yeah, so happy birthday to Bubbles.
40-year-old Bubbles.
He got presents as well, and that includes a blanket with his own photos on it. The staff entertained him with, this is a new word for me, DVDs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't heard of this technology.
DVDs of Michael, which I don't know.
What if he hates Michael Jackson?
He might have. They have no idea. They say that he loves watching him.
It's like a Clockwork Orange every birthday when they make him watch these Michael Jackson clips.
To think Michael bought Bubbles as an infant in 1983 from a Texas research facility, but within 6 years it became too big to keep as a pet and then was moved to a ranch in California, and he has been at the retirement home since 2005.
Jesus.
I want to go to that retirement home.
Oh, I'd visit
Sounds like
Bubbles.
a good time.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Also celebrating a birthday is Willie Nelson, baby.
90, right?
Yeah, that's even closer to your age.
No, it's not.
It's not. But 90 years old, and over the weekend they celebrated that with a huge concert in front of a sold-out crowd at the Hollywood Bowl. Nearly 4-hour show featuring some of his closest friends in the industry that include Beck, Stephen Stills, Neil Young, Miranda Lambert, the Chicks, Nathaniel Ratcliffe, Margot Price, Chris Stapleton, Sturgill Simpson, George Strait, Jack Johnson, Roseanne Cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought just
Roseanne Barr.
I was like, she doesn't fit in this lineup.
Nora Jones, The Lumineers, Ziggy Marley, Lucas Nelson, Lyle Lovett, Tom Jones, Gary Clark Jr., Leon Bridges, and the list goes on and on. Owen Wilson was there as well.
Was
I
he?
don't know if he sang.
Hey, Owen.
What was making headlines now is the duo, the duet, I believe they call it in the industry, between him and Snoop D-O Double G. They sang Roll Me Up and Smoke Me When I Die. Before launching into the song, Willie asked Snoop what key they were doing this one, and Snoop says, "Can we do it in the key of smoke?"
Okay.
He said the key of smoke.
The key of smoke. What is that, a G?
I guess so.
I think I sent you the video.
Can I play this?
I hope so.
Let's see.
Roll me up and smoke me
Now let's go. Okay,
I gotta
are they?
tell you, that
Yeah.
sounds like a mess.
Yeah.
Does he not have an in-ear? The drums are way
Willie
behind.
Nelson is just like blang, blang, blang. Just
At
just
90
beating
years
that
old,
thing.
though, to think. I mean, I don't remember the last 90-year-old you spoke to, but it seemed like they were dead in the eyes, and he's still
Yeah.
performing in front of a sold-out crowd.
I mean, that's impressive. He can still do some things. Just, I don't think Play the Guitar is on that list anymore. It's just not there.
Speaking of dead people, this one actually dead. Congratulations to the winner of this year's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame fan vote. That means nothing.
George Michael?
George Michael is right. There we go. So he is.
That's fun.
Thank you. It means the late singer gets one additional count towards induction, but there's no guarantee, which I find to be hilarious.
Yeah, the fan vote thing really is just a big pony show.
They don't even pretend, huh?
No, they're like, hey, go to our website. We'll get the hits for it. However,
one of you told me before, I
it
think
doesn't
that
count.
all of the votes, all of the fan votes is equal to one vote.
Yes. That's
right?
correct. Yep.
It's just, thanks a lot.
And do you want to hear Michael's total?
Yeah.
1,040,072.
Okay.
And that still does not guarantee his induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's stupid.
So there are runner-ups. In second place, Cyndi Lauper with a little over 928,000. Warren Zevon.
Yeah.
Who?
Warren Zevon.
Oh, Zevon. Excuse me. Not woke enough. What does he sing? What is that?
That's old school stuff. I think it's like around the time
Your
of
time?
Zappa and what's his big
Warren Zevon is
it
Werewolves of London. Yeah.
Oh, I remember the I played a computer game in which that song was featured.
Yeah, that's it.
Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden.
I don't know any Iron Maiden.
Oh, I know a lot of
or
them.
words.
You know, like Metal House Nightmare.
All right, sing it then.
Death in Hell. Death in Hell is kind of like Death in Hell, dying in Hell, Death in Hell,
and we're dying in
Already
hell.
dead if you're
pretty good one.
Soundgarden as well. So we shall find out in the coming weeks if they will be inducted. William Shatner is making the news for something that I feel like is now becoming uncool, and that is NFTs.
Oh,
It seems like old people are taking them, and I don't know who's going to buy them besides other old people, but he is now introduced.
I want to hear that man. I want to hear Shatner explain what an NFT is first. I want to hear him go, like, what exactly is an NFT?
Well, from WilliamShatner.com, William Shatner boldly embraces the world of Web3 with Orange Comet in the newest digital series, Infinite Connections.
Yes.
End of headline. So he has recently announced it. He is going to be releasing these NFTs, a digital collection, and his untamable spirit of adventure, his entrance into the metaverse speaks to the underlying theme that everything in the universe is interconnected. I mean, it's 4 pages of BS.
I think
explaining all of 3,500 unique one-for-ones.
Yeah, so it's like they take these designs and they feed them into software sometimes, and they could take like 10 and it'll spit out like a couple hundred. So each of them are unique, but like all that's unique is on this one the character has a red hat, and this one the character has a blue hat. It's like tiny things.
And then someone can take a screenshot and still put it on the internet, print it out,
put it on the wall.
He also took a shot at Sir Anthony Hopkins, saying, "Sorry, buddy, but I think I can officially say that I am the oldest man in the Web3 world."
Take that.
Yeah, exactly. So good luck to all the buyers. And time do be a flying. I will leave you with this. There is a new study, and if you're feeling bad about your body, do I have the bands for you? A study used searches of the big streaming services like Spotify. My favorite one, of course, iHeartRadio.
Oh, iHeartRadio's the best.
It is the best one. Free. Millions and millions of songs and artists right there in the palm of your hand. Well, they had a company that helps with eating disorders and recovering from that called Within Health. Did a study on how music impacts the body image. And part of it features a list of the top 5 music acts in various genres that they say make you feel more confident about the body in which you are living.
I
all
need
up in.
this. What am I supposed to be? What am I supposed to be listening
I got
to?
country, EDM, hip hop, metal. Any of them speak to you? In this?
Hip hop. What are the hip hop songs that are going to make us feel better about our body?
At number 5, Eminem, which I can't imagine is for the female.
Yeah, it's probably not early Eminem.
Which song?
I don't. In my closet, what's the one about his mom and who wants to kill her?
The one about the shrooms? I don't know if that's going to help my body out.
Number 4, Cardi B. Number 3, Nicki Minaj. Number 2, Drake. And at number 1, the hip hop / rap artist that's going to make you feel good about your body is Megan Thee Stallion. When it comes to metal, and good for Avenged Sevenfold, because I have not heard from them in years. But they're going to make you feel good about your body.
I'm not sure how that happens.
Me
but
either.
I'll take the scientist's word for it.
5 Finger Death Punch. Nirvana in the metal category. Going to make you feel good. Tool at number 2. And this band at number 1. And this band at number 1.
Metallica.
Oh. Great job.
Yes!
You already saw this?
No, I didn't. I was guessing.
And rock and roll, because they don't fall under that. Pink Floyd, The Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Guns N' Roses, and Queen is going to make you feel good in your body. Do you guys feel good right now?
I feel a little better.
I feel a little winded, to be honest.
Not all the way.
American Idol on ABC tonight on the Boob Tube. The Voice. We also have the series premiere of White House Plumbers. That's My Jam with The Miz and Alexis Bliss. Watch what happens live, and you can catch Rosie O'Donnell and Suga on Fallon. Follow your dreams. Send me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra, and most importantly, stay with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Did you say White House Plumbers?
Yes.
That's a show now?
It's supposed to be funny. It's on HBO.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll give it a
We'll see.
shot. Okay, when we come back.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I might. I'm looking for some new stuff. Might dive into that. When we return, there is a particular job that is in full-on crisis mode, and some of you do that job, so I want to hear from you. Stick around. That plus your dispatch is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
2 left lanes are blocked due to an accident on John Young Parkway heading northbound at Deerfield Boulevard. The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound before Howland Boulevard. The right turn lanes are blocked northbound and southbound on Highway 1792 at 3rd Street. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
And now, everybody who's fueled by your local Circle K. There's flower shop owners, neighborhood bakers, awesome food truck sandwich makers, gearheads, mighty motorheads, farmers and their farmsteads, life-saving physicians and head-banging musicians, that guy who helps you change your spare, and rock star nurses. The people we rely on every day are fueled by Circle K. Every single day, fueled by Circle K.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is. Dave, tell our listeners about the produce that's in season.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon, freppers, spinach.
Wait, hold it. You're just putting fra in front of produce.
Yeah, as in fresh from Florida.
Produce tastes better when it's grown closer to home. You don't need to make up words.
Really?
Ugh, friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Don't you mean .from?
Ugh, really?
Welcome back. Dave and Herb here, and we're talking fresh.
Fresh from Florida, that is.
There's tomatoes, broccoli, watermelon.
You're just putting fra in front of produce.
As in fresh from Florida.
You don't need to make up words. Friends, visit followfreshfromflorida.com to see what's in season.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years, and right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I've bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
On the app or in store, Orlando runs on Duncan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyounitus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. Win. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
I just love it when this happens. Right now, there are some politicians who are talking about something they know probably nothing about, which is marijuana. And there's a couple of these politicians that are fighting against the efforts to legalize marijuana, either for medicinal or recreational. We've seen that in so many states, it's ridiculous.
Smoke weed every day.
I'm pretty sure it's like more states than not now have
Absolutely.
one of the 2 of those.
And what's baffling to me is that with all the numbers that have come in through the states that have it like recreationally, how well it does for the economy, that not everyone would be up for it.
Right. And there hasn't been a huge societal collapse as in the 70s or the 60s.
Gateway.
They would have thought that the marijuana is just going to turn everybody into the devil. It's the devil's lettuce, and everybody's going to die because of this. But it doesn't stop some of these elected officials from being so out of touch. It's ridiculous. I'll give you some examples here if you'd like. This is Senator Warren Limmer, all right? And he's in the state Senate for, Washington? Or no, I don't know where he is. But he's talking about this. And listen to what he's saying. It'll give you an idea of how much this man knows about the topic he's speaking on.
It says any person can have 8 plants at home. Now, I've seen some of the videos of DEA raids. Some of these plants are 8 and 10 feet tall. You can have 8 of them. You can have a privacy fence made of these products.
Oh, my God.
In your backyard. 2 ounces. Just 2 ounces is equivalent to 3 joints.
No.
Just 2 ounces is equivalent to 3 joints.
If you want to be high for the rest of your life, like...
That is almost an ounce in a joint. Just for those of you who don't know, this would be a joint the size of a baseball bat, almost. He said...
Where did he get that number from?
Whatever research department he has.
That's insane.
He said just 2 ounces, enough for what?
2 ounces is equivalent to 3 joints.
Yeah. There you go. This guy knows what he's talking about. Let me see. There's some other ones here where these politicians were talking about this.
You said you think there's more states with legal marijuana than not?
I would think so.
Do you want to guess how many states have zero medical cannabis? No recreation. It's fully illegal. How many states of the United?
12.
I'll go 8.
4.
Is it really?
According to, and I don't know when this was written, so if some of the stuff is different, it might be. But according to this map that I'm looking at, only South Carolina, Kansas, Wyoming, and Idaho have still have fully illegal weed.
Really?
And
That's
surrounded
crazy.
by states who have it.
Yeah, and
especially Wyoming and Idaho.
Yeah, that's insane to me. All right, here's more of these politicians talking. This is another senator who doesn't know much about marijuana, it seems.
I think if this bill passes today in Minnesota is going to go up
Sounds
in
like
smoke.
Elvis.
Well, Minnesota is going to go up in smoke.
Oh.
Yeah, and this guy's serious. Like, this is going to burn down the state of Minnesota. Was Minnesota on that list?
They have mixed legal status.
Okay, so they have at least something.
It's medicinal, yes, and it's decriminalized.
This is all them talking about the cannabis provisions modifications in the state. And there's so many of these guys who got
2 ounces, 3 joints, man.
2 ounces. Oh, just 2 ounces. Could be enough for 3 joints.
It's been a long time since I've rolled a joint, so I don't know how much that weighs.
I mean,
a lot.
An ounce in a bag is a lot.
Right, yeah, I know. I'm saying how much a joint weighs.
So a joint, they for medical, they usually sell it by 0.5 of gram or a 1 gram joint.
Yeah.
And
so at the most
there
you're getting a
are
gram.
multiple grams in an ounce.
Yeah, there's a lot. How many grams are in an ounce? Why don't I know this right now?
I should know it too.
Ask your device.
Echo, how many grams are in an ounce? Don't screw me up here. You kidding me?
Well, Sean.
Did you quit? Echo, how many grams are in an ounce?
28.
They retired over the weekend.
28.34.
Said I'm not going to do it.
28.34 grams in 1 ounce.
Is it? So, I mean, this guy's couldn't be further off.
Yeah.
He has no idea what he's talking
You can
about.
essentially have almost 30 joints within 1 ounce, and he thinks 3 joints per 3 ounces?
Yeah, that's what he says. For 2 or 3 ounces, you can get a bunch of joints out of that, or not many.
I think back in the day, if I bought an eighth, I could get a couple joints out of
you would get a bunch of them out of just that. They have no idea what they're talking about. Here's Senator Steve Green talking about
take you to my home where I live.
So emotional about
in the
weed.
small community that has 5 overdoses a week. And that's just the
Not
ones
on
they
weed,
count
my guy.
anymore that make it to the emergency room because they figure it's way more because of the Narcan pens. And so I hope that you're listening out there, because this thing is likely going to pass here today. The governor will gladly sign it. And the people at home in the communities are going to have to put a tight rein on what's going on because their families are going to suffer from this.
Yeah, all right. And you know how many people get hit with Narcan every day to revive them from marijuana overdoses?
God, I mean, probably 3
insane.
joints for 12 ounces.
The statistics are almost unbelievable when you look at this. Here's
What would
another
happen
guy.
if you got stabbed by Narcan without, overdosing on anything?
I don't
What
know
does that do to you?
Would it do anything to you? Because it's man, I don't know what impact that would have on you.
Because I know a friend of mine accidentally took, what is the drug? Methadone? When she thought she was taking ibuprofen.
Oh, God. Okay.
Someone in her family was recovering.
All right.
And she, described it to me as when you wake up in the morning and, you have that, fuzziness of it.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't go away. She just kept rubbing her eyes in the mirror. And she's like, I am effed up right now. But I don't know if Narcan falls in that family of it.
Narcan, I don't think would get you. It's not going to get you high. It's just it just reverses whatever's going on with fentanyl.
It says naloxone.
Yeah, that's the actual name.
Will not harm someone if you give it to them and they are not overdosing on an opioid.
That's weird. Well, this guy is John Jasinski. He thinks
Excuse me?
that these are very, very dangerous laws that are being passed.
So I was affected by marijuana. Like Senator Abler back in the day in college, high school, into college. I started using it.
Smoked my first marijuana when I was 12 years old.
I worked a lot through high school. My first job was in 3rd grade, picking up golf balls on the golf course.
All right, so that's child labor.
This kid's out there in 3rd grade with a job.
There's other things we need to address, my dude.
I was smoking weed by 5th grade.
Money away. I wanted to go to college. Put money away through high school. When I was a senior in high school, I was the dairy manager at the local grocery store.
Nobody cares.
I'd go in before I went to school. I'd stock shelves. Then I'd go to school. When I was done with school, I'd go back as the dairy manager.
I don't understand.
And I order the,
Yeah, what does that have to do
this
with
testimonial
weed?
is.
Well, were you getting high while working at the dairy place?
products that have been sold that day. So the next day, I could go back in again and get another truck and do the same. I worked all through high school, saved up money, went to the University of Minnesota.
And smoked marijuana.
Started using marijuana. And I did get lazy. It does happen. It doesn't
I
happen to
thought
everybody.
he was going to say laid. I thought he was going to say, and I did get laid.
And at the time of my effing life.
He said, I did get lazy. That's what they're worried about here.
That's on you, homie. There's a lot of people who are very functioning and would liken to productivity when they smoke weed.
Yeah, if this is your biggest qualm, though, if he's upset most because weed is going to make people lazy, why would you legislate against something that just makes people lazy? That's your argument? He's got to have better than this.
But it does to people. Some people it does. Some people it doesn't. So I went through college.
Oh, my God.
Back to the
Grades got
dairy.
Worse. I spent more of my money in my savings I worked hard for so that I could go to college. Back in 1984, they didn't have free college programs. Trying to give away free college.
Weed ruined his life.
So because of what I did and how I almost wrecked my life,
you
I made
did
a
not.
decision to go in the United States Navy.
Ain't no weed
And
in the Navy.
I learned what leadership was about. I learned about working hard, serving your country.
That's kind of how my friend ended up in the Marines, actually.
Is it really?
He got
Smoked a couple joints?
He got caught with weed in college, and the recruiter's like, "We can get that little charge. We can make that go away."
Uh-huh. All you need to do is join the United States military.
Like his tone is very like, this is how it really ruined my life, but he just keeps talking about how he worked hard since he was 8 years old.
Yeah.
And turned out to be just fine.
Oh, one more. This is Senator Jim Abel.
Let me guess, a Republican?
Yeah, he's a Republican from Anoka. And these guys are in the minority in this state. They're admitting that it's going to pass anyways. Let's see what he said.
Mr. President, my college years were a little time ago.
He looks
but
like a
I
stoner.
would predict that the posters that are going to be created to warn people about the perils of marijuana are going to be on the wall of someone's dorm room, and you'll just laugh at it while you're stoned, enjoying legal marijuana.
What was the argument there?
They're going to put posters back on walls.
He's mad that the anti-weed posters will be celebrated by the stoners.
He's like just like the kids that wear the Dare shirts for fun.
Yeah, it is. He's right about that. But that's not a great argument. That's not a solid logic train he's riding on there. But there we go. That's what the elected officials are doing out there. They're very much in touch with what's happening. We want to go to you and your dispatches in just a moment, but I want to talk directly to the nurses very quickly.
I'm listening.
Nurses out there. My mother was a nurse. She was first a CNA, and then an LPN, and then an RN, a registered nurse.
Snoop D-O double G.
She was big into the nursing world. I have no idea why. And also, I used to love when I would go to my mom with any health issues. I'd be like, God, Mom, my heart's beating really fast. And she'd feel it. She'd be like, oh, my God, that's bad. I don't know what's going on there. And I'd be like, you're a nurse, aren't you? What the hell? You can't tell me anything about this?
I hit up my nurse friends all the time with ailments.
My mom sucked as a nurse, I guess.
Oh,
I mean,
stop
she
it.
didn't know. All of her diagnosis was like, wow, that seems bad. Oh, God, I don't know what that could be.
Maybe you should make an appointment.
We did afterwards. It was anxiety. I wasn't having a heart attack.
We kind of tease my wife's mom because, like, people will be like, well, did you ask her mom? Because she's a nurse, right? And I'm like, she is a nurse manager.
Mm-hmm.
She manages
the nurses.
She manages the nurses.
Yeah, but she has a cell phone full of nurse contacts.
That's true. You could shout out to all of them. Almost a third of the nurses in the United States of America are considering leaving their profession. Almost a third. 1 out of 3 nurses is considering leaving the field of nursing. They asked over 18,000 nurses in this study. That's a good sample size. 30% of the participants said they're looking to quit their career, which is up 7 percentage points over 2021 when people got all tired out and done with it during the pandemic. And that one I get. I'm not sure what it is that's going on here. So I want to hear from nurses who might be in this position. Why is it that so many nurses right now want to quit the job? The survey showed there were various changes needed. 69% of nurses wanted increased salaries. Well, of course. And if you ask anybody, if you do in any field a questionnaire and you go, do you think you should have an increased salary? Everybody's going to say yes. Of course. Yes, I'll take that. So it's got to be more complex than that. 63.
I'd be like, no, I know I should have more money.
Yeah. 63% of people are seeking a safer working environment to reduce their stress. And they're just
I'd like a less stressful working environment as well.
They're all upset about this. So 1/3 of nurses are like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to cash out and be done with the career. So nurses who are listening, do let us know how you feel about that and how you think this is to be interpreted. What is it that's going wrong here? All right, let's go over to you. Here is West Palmden Down says a thank you to Sean.
Hey, Sean.
Hey.
I just wanted to say thank you as after sending you an email at Tips at the News Junkie. I appreciate you responding and sending everything out. So just wanted to say thank you and that I didn't get lost among your 250,000 unread emails. And so everybody knows that you're a man of your word and not just sitting up in your castle with all your Florida produce advertiser monies. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. So, all right, gotta go.
Thank
time
you.
to go buy some fresh from Florida sweet corn. Bye.
Oh, I sent him something. Congratulations. Glad you got
That was the email I sent.
Twitch BDMX Con says, oh, wow, they want fair wages after we banged pots and pans to celebrate them?
I saw that, and I was like, I can't tell if he's anti this.
I thought nurses did well. I thought when you were...
I think it depends on what kind of nurse you are.
If you're an RN, I thought you could usually do pretty well. And then
It's also kind of like, it depends on where you're at, too, because I have noticed
State
more
by
than
state?
anything, it's like traveling nurses make bank.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
But then that comes with not having a home base.
Right.
Like,
and that's a big thing to give up. Like your life is completely different.
but some nurses are treated like crap and not for the pay.
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, the folks who are out there in this profession are clearly not happy. You can see that in the numbers, and they want to leave. So why, if you're one of those people, let us know with the dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see. Here's Muffmouth with the dispatch.
What's going down, junkies?
Hey.
I think that country folk know their neighbors better and speak with their neighbors more often than city folk. When I lived in the city, the only interaction that I had with my neighbors was when they were complaining about me being too noisy, like Sabrina's neighbors. Now that I live in the country,
not all of them.
My neighbors are fantastic. They come over, they bring us stuff, they help us in the yard. We're helping them. It's
My neighbor
more of
brings
a
me stuff.
community type feel. Because if something happens, you count on those people. There's no utilities close by to help you. Or amenities, I mean, not utilities. I mean, that guy fell outside your house, Sean. You were like, y'all good, dude?
What are you talking about? I did my best. I got that guy back on his feet.
you rushed over there with the
your
turtle
neighbor
speed.
was in full sprint.
He would have given me.
And as soon as you saw her, he's
$4.
like, I guess I got to walk
Yeah,
over
because she was
now.
trying to steal my moment. She was trying to steal my glory.
She stole it.
When this guy fell outside my house, I played the doorbell footage where I waited like an
I'm a
awkward amount of
hero.
time, and then I said, "You good, dude?" And then I ran over there and I helped the guy up. But this woman was running full speed to try to beat me to the guy, so she could have been the one to help the guy up off the ground. I wasn't having that. I can't let that happen.
Did you get the marching band to your doorbell the other day?
No. They changed it up.
I happened to be in the car, but I see someone's at your door. And it was the most
Oh, yeah, we did get that.
flamboyant outfits I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, the ones we had weren't flamboyant, but we did have them visit.
It's like we are a marching band from the local high school. We would really, we're looking for donations. I'm like, oh, I'm not at home. So sorry. Are you guys going to be around tomorrow? No, we'll leave a flyer for you.
Yeah.
And then I look at the flyer, and it's a mattress sale.
Yes, I got the same thing.
So I go,
Wait,
your
the marching band is selling mattresses?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
and
how
I'm
they're
like,
Okay.
what?
We sold a lot of weird stuff in my day.
I've never heard of a mattress.
Never heard of mattresses.
That
we
seems
sold
like a lot.
We sold magazine subscriptions.
Sure, cookies. Gift wrap.
And honestly, I would do it if it was like cookies or chocolate bars or something.
But a mattress is a whole thing.
I don't want a mattress from a marching band.
I think we did cookie dough.
Marching band mattress is a cool band name.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these things now.
We
I guess
could
that's how
sell-
they get the money.
We could sell advertising at the stadium, I think, was one of the things. I mean, there's a whole bunch to get. They have a like a number that they come up with when you're in band
Right.
in high school, and it's the price that you have to pay to like participate.
Yeah.
They call it your fair share.
Uh-huh.
Like you're paying your fair share of all the
On
bus
top of
rides, trips,
tuition.
and stuff like that. And so then once they name the number, some of the parents, especially in my high school, just write a check.
Yeah, let's get this going.
It's like, all right, we're gonna. And
Those
then
rich parents.
And then they're like, for the rest of you, here's 8 different fundraisers throughout the year,
Yeah.
and stuff to sell. But mattresses is a brand new one for me.
Misunderstood on Discord says, at the News Junkie, your mom was a nurse, not a damn doctor. Nurses don't diagnose illnesses. They treat them after a doctor does the diagnosing. What the hell? Saying your mom wasn't a good nurse? Damn. Maybe you weren't a good kid. Oh, I definitely wasn't a good kid. If you think that's an insult, I just think you're being accurate. I was definitely not a good kid. I was just in the moment scared and hoping I would get some sort of good news from my mom. And she was like, oh, this seems bad. It was like, uh-oh. And it made it worse and worse and worse. Maybe I was expecting too much out of her. She was a great lady.
She was.
When we come back, I want to get to more of your comments because I've been ignoring them today. Plus, things have gone from bad to worse. What's this all about? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The right turn lane is blocked northbound and southbound due to an accident on Highway 1792 at 3rd Street. Watch out for delays due to an accident on John Young Parkway heading northbound at Deerfield Boulevard. And the left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on I-4 westbound before Howland Boulevard. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and State Road 535. See traffic troubles, call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's $3 breakfast deal. Wendy's $3 breakfast deal is your choice of bacon or sausage, egg and Swiss croissant, plus a small seasoned potatoes for just $3. Break your morning routine and get your $3 breakfast deal today. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, I'll tell him. My friend here wants you to know that dogs are part of our families. Let's celebrate that with a day of family fun at Barks in the City, June 3rd, 2 to 8 p.m. at the Apopka Amphitheater. Enjoy food, signature pup tales, live music, a kid's zone, a doggy zone, and more. Barks in the City, where you and your dog can paw-tea. Tickets available at barksinthecity.com.
It's your last chance to shop SpringFest savings at Lowe's. Need a new appliance? Get an additional $300 off select major kitchen appliances when you spend $1,996 or more. You can also save across the entire store, including our garden area, and get 2 Bonnie 9-pack vegetables for $10. Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 5/3. Bonnie offer in-store only and excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. While supplies last, exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Get ready to roll through McDonald's with the crew. Free up those cup holders, because any size, any flavor is the vibe, and you're getting all the drinks. Make it a tasty frozen Coke, a fun frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, a cool frozen Sprite Limonade, a delicious Southern-style sweet tea, or a bold McCafe iced coffee. So many flavors. Any size is just $1.99. There are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Sprite, and Limonade are registered trademarks of the Coca-Cola Company.
When we made our McDonald's Spicy Chicken McNuggets, you were praise hands emoji. Then we ran out, and you were streaming tears emoji. Now they're back, so you can be grinning face with sweat emoji. Order ahead on the McDonald's app.
But they're only back for a limited time, so make like a lightning emoji and get yours fast. Order ahead on the app and get 30% off when you spend $5 or more using mobile order and pay. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 4/1/23 through 4/30/23 at participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Limited time only. Excludes tax.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guys. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today with Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Cindy is chiming in over on YouTube about the story where they said 30% or like a third of nurses are ready to leave the field. Like they're done with it. Cindy says, I'm a hospital nurse. Like many, I find it to be a second career. It's good money after 20 years, but the amount of work and responsibility is crazy. I've seen a turnover of hundreds of nurses. Yeah, that would have to be the case. I mean, if 1 out of 3 are ready to leave the career and go somewhere else, that would just have to be the way it goes. Let us know what your experience is. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. I saw this morning, and when I saw this, number one, it made me feel a little bit old. And number two, I was like, I didn't know they were that old. But Aerosmith has announced their final farewell tour starting in September of this year.
Have you ever seen them live?
Yes. I saw them live once in West
cool
Palm.
guys.
And I remember they were like pretty good. It was there wasn't anything that really stuck out.
Has stuck out with me. I've never seen them live, but it's always in the last 10 years, Steven Tyler falling off the stage.
He has fallen down quite a few times.
So many times.
And I think he has some other issues that he's been dealing with. When I saw him, It was at the amphitheater that constantly changes names. Mars Music, this vodka.
Coral Sky.
Yeah, Coral
It's been
Sky.
rum, vodka.
Place that I worked at for like 5 seconds. Then I was watching them there, and the only cool thing I remember was everything went black. They cut out all the lights on the stage, and you see just like a spotlight moving around. And Steven Tyler made his way into the grass area, like at the very, very back, like
The lawn
area of the venue. And he like
Dream On.
Yeah, he did Dream On back in the lawn in front of everybody. And I was like, that's kind of cool. But they're doing their final farewell tour, and it's 40 shows across the country that they're doing. It's called the Peace Out Tour. And
okay, peace out.
Joe Perry says, I think it's about time. Here's what made me it blew my mind. It made my head explode a little bit. But they said, Perry says the time to say goodbye is now. Every founding band member in Aerosmith is currently over 70 years old.
Wow.
Steven Tyler is 75 years old.
Yeah.
75. I had no idea.
So name me the other bands. I feel like this is a ChatGPT question, but what are the other bands still touring that are in that age range? Rolling Stones?
Rolling Stones, for sure, will be up there.
You'll have your Eagles, but half of them have been replaced by the kids of the Eagles members.
Yeah, we're talking about bands here that were like the core founding members are still part of the band that's touring.
I know Stevie Nicks is coming this month.
Yeah.
To Florida.
And is this one of those shows where we've discussed this on the show before? Is this one of those shows where you go, well, I got to see him because this is the last time I'll probably have a chance to do
absolutely.
so?
I would love to go see Stevie Nicks. I want to repeat that. I would love to go see Stevie Nicks.
What about Aerosmith? No,
I would go see. I just don't know if I'll know anything beyond what was in the movie.
Oh my God, there's so many.
And then
good songs.
Dude Looks Like a Lady.
Yep, bingo.
Then we have Dream On.
Right.
Crying.
Yep. Living on the Edge.
Living on the Edge is fine.
Jamie's Got a Gun.
Elevator.
Loving an Elevator. Crazy.
Crazy is great.
Walk This Way.
Oh, you're right.
There's
All
a
right.
lot
Yeah, I
of
definitely
them.
want to go to this.
They have a lot.
Should we all
of
go
songs.
together?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sounds great.
We spent enough time together.
Okay. I almost said the F-bomb. You don't have to be so rude about it.
No, I would
We've
love
been to
to go.
concerts together. We have a good time.
We have.
Plus, if we're all together, more likely that we'll be recognized as a band.
What are we, like a transformer? Like we all
Yes,
like
and they're like,
Voltron?
oh, it's the whole News Junkie crew. Come to the front row.
I would think
Come
people-
backstage.
I would think people would think I was weird. Like, why are you all here together? Why are you all hanging
When
out?
I go to concerts with C-Lane, because he's so damn tall, they're like, oh my God, Sabrina's here too? Come to the front row.
They hook you guys up with this kind of stuff?
It's happened a bunch
Yeah,
of times.
maybe you should go to concerts
man.
with us, Sean.
I told you how I am about concerts. I like
I just want
concerts,
VIP.
But I don't want to be in... I feel like I'm turning into that preacher with his private jet where he said
Okay.
he didn't want to fly...
Expand upon that.
Remember the preacher that said he didn't want to fly commercial because he didn't want to be in a tube with a bunch of demons or something?
Okay, so you're comparing us to demons.
I don't want to be in the middle of a massive crowd. I don't like that. It's
what,
too much.
You want to be in nosebleeds?
No, I want to be in the VIP box. I want to be in.
Once you've been,
That takes a hookup, Sean.
Well, once you get a little taste of that VIP box, you go, "What was I
But
doing?"
you're not buying a box. You're getting it from Moses. How dare you?
I would buy a box if it was the right concert. If it was like, this is my favorite band.
I can't even begin to identify the band that you would say is the right concert for you to splurge.
It's probably one all the
on a
kids are
box.
listening to. I'll go to Grandson in a box.
I don't know. I mean, C-Lane saying it jokingly, you're not wrong. Once you experience a concert like that, you're like, why would I, with the peons down there, the peasants? I don't want to be a part of this.
Because then you go down to the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and if you get in the first 10 rows, it's
Yeah.
also a fantastic experience.
That's too close. I don't want to be up that far. Aren't people pushing each other around and stuff
They're
up
not.
there?
There are rows of seats. What did you? It's not the mosh pit anymore.
Well,
it's not Lollapalooza.
It depends on what venue it is. But Lollapalooza, I would definitely no. Is there a
God,
VIP
you're
version
old.
of that? Like, can I get
Lollapalooza?
If I'm going to like a big
Music festival.
a festival, right?
Sure.
Like let's say it's a 1-day festival. I want, number one, and this is non-negotiable. I want a golf cart. I want a golf cart
That's for
because that
staff.
seems cool. And I want
You're not an artist.
Air-conditioned bathrooms. I want like the top shelf experience.
That's doable.
Yeah, I want to do this. It's probably very expensive.
I don't know too many that you can actually get a golf cart for.
You can't.
Like when we did. When
we've had them at Earth Day, birthday, and stuff.
Well, yeah, but when we were at Okeechobee and we had like we had the RV, but they put the RV in the wrong section.
Yeah,
so no, it was the right section because they couldn't fit in the RV area.
The RV was too big for the RV area.
We had a bigger RV than the headliners of that festival, and it was incredible.
But like they put us in this friends and family section that's like for big time people.
You guys were essentially backstage,
and they did.
Awesome.
We did have like access to a golf cart. I mean, it wasn't like we could drive it around wherever we want. But when we left that area, there was like a bus stop, and they would just come and pick you up in a golf cart. Where do you want to go?
Nice.
Yep. And
That's
they go,
experience.
you want a crawfish boil? And if you didn't know where I was, you just had to go check where the crawfish were being boiled.
But didn't you guys go after that, and then you didn't get that experience? You had
But we still love
the last time I went.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. I want to go, but I want to be wined and dined.
All right.
So here's the big thing is that we have to talk highly of the things that we want to go to.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if
Simple
I can
as
do
that.
I don't
Okay.
know.
I got nothing, man.
No, but
Well, then we're putting on your credit card. Big
Alicia
money.
says there's an energy down there with the commenters, Sean. Yeah, it's a bad energy.
Okay.
It's like, I can't swim amongst that.
But we were asking about music festivals. There is a level that you can pay where it's like you're
VIP.
You're glamping. You know, they're going to set you up in like a furnished glamping tent that's air conditioned and like there's all kinds.
Sean will pay for that and still go to a hotel down the road.
What are we talking about? We talk like $5,000.
It depends. What are you trying to go to?
I don't know yet. I haven't figured this out. Maybe Aerosmith. Maybe Aerosmith and stuff.
There's no glamping at Aerosmith. That's
Obviously,
going to be a stadium.
I want to hang out with a band. I mean, that's like obviously a non-negotiable.
for sure.
I'll be hanging out.
You want to hang out with a bunch of 70-year-olds?
Yeah, and then he's going to put his balls on Steven Tyler's scarf.
I'm picturing like Steven Tyler 30 years ago hanging out with me, and now they're probably not having rock star conversation.
They can't do cocaine. That'll kill them.
No, it's true. Very, very true. I triggered all of chat right now. Look, I'm
Look
just
at
telling
us,
him.
getting the numbers.
I'm telling you, this is the way I feel about things now. I don't want to be amongst this big crowds of people. Everybody stinks, and there's a bunch of weirdos. And
Okay, you don't have
it's
to be a
bad.
dick about it.
I'm just telling you.
It's not that bad. And let me tell you, when I went to Metallica a couple years ago,
Yeah.
you thought it would be stinky like back in the day. No, everyone was old and wanting to stay in their spot and enjoying themselves.
Well, did you have really good seats, though?
Fantastic seats.
Okay, because it doesn't smell as bad in the
The only
fantastic
thing
seats.
I didn't care for was Lars started spitting on everybody.
Did he really?
Yeah. And I'm like, everyone else, like, they were hugging and sending up,
And he's
guitar
spitting?
picks, and he's spitting. I'm like, it's not the 80s, my dude.
I'm telling you, the further you go up in the stadium, the more it stinks. The more you just get that smell.
When your eyes are bad, too.
Of really, 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 really gross fans. I want to stay in the best spots. I want to get into the best spot I can. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady says, Sean and my daughter both need therapy for their agoraphobia. I don't have agoraphobia.
Yes, you do.
No, of course I don't. I'm not bound to my house. I go out all the time.
To one place.
Well, I go to other places sometimes too, but I go to places that I like.
When the one place is closed.
No, I go. We went
when
this
the parking
weekend.
lot's full.
We literally just went this weekend to that Italian place that we've been meaning to go to for a long time.
Oh.
That gave me the biggest damn plate of food I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
My
Carbs
God.
are cheap, bruh.
Oh my God, it was unbelievable. It was pretty good. Though.
Meaning to go to for a long time is
Do
underlined.
you
in
guys
bold.
think I'm agoraphobic? Is that where we're going with this?
I just don't think you get out of the house much.
I don't think you get out of the house that much.
I don't.
Are you agoraphobic?
Actually, no. I do get out of the house. I've been nonstop with the gigs. I got karaoke tonight
I get out
And
of
I'm
the
gonna be a
house
zombie.
plenty. Where are you doing karaoke now?
at the Hammered Lamb,
Okay.
which, no pressure to anybody listening. But this seems to be where all the greatest singers show up.
Oh, really?
Where I have my Burton's gig yesterday,
War
where everyone's
singers?
just hammered
Oh.
and screaming.
Have you had to cut anybody off yet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
That's great. I love it
I'm
because I
gonna-
do what I want.
I'm going to go and sing Freshman at the top of my lungs. Like I did.
You don't want to do the Alien Ant Farm one?
No. Quick break. When we come back, I meant to do this segment. I don't know how we got so far off track.
It was fun.
From bad to worse. What is it? Well, seriously, this time it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Bot free since 2008. At Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. Powered by Anna Jar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Warriors are moving on, baby, after Steph's record-breaking 50-point Game 7. Steph isn't your true alpha star. He's not physically overwhelming. He's not confrontational like MJ or Bird. At 35, he's aging like LeBron and still at the very top of his game. May have been the best Game 7 I've ever seen in basketball. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Stunning design, unmatched intelligence, and a compact ready-for-anything build. Sometimes exceptional is the rule. The Mercedes-Benz GLA, member of the unrivaled SUV family. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Managing healthcare for yourself, your kids, your aging parents, it's a lot to keep track of everything. Now you have help. Welcome to Village Medical, a whole new kind of primary care that's a lot more caring. Here, your doctor really gets to know your family's needs and coordinates all their visits, labs, even prescriptions. Plus, you can make same-day appointments or schedule video or at-home visits, all covered by most insurance. It sounds different because it is different. Go to villagemedical.com and become a patient today.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back. DINOVITE.com. 2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time. At GiveMeTheVin.com, I'm overpaying for cars because I think they're going to go up even higher from where they are right now. We'll pay off your payoff. We'll pick your stuff up. We'll quote you quick and easy at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer. Go there right now, and if I don't beat a CarMax offer, I'll send you a check for $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to GetRefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Hey, Monster fans, Russ here. You know what is really scary? Utility rates. So let's talk about solar. You may have seen solar popping up all over the place. Well, there's a good reason. One is utility rates are rising. Two, government incentives can dramatically lower the cost to solar. So if you want to go solar, call Solar Source. Monster fans get special access to their new solar estimate tool. Visit solarsource.com/monsters. That's solarsource.com/monsters.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando. Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way, are you kidding me?
Open your app and search this station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts
The
you
internet
love.
can be an all-you-can-eat buffet for identity thieves.
So full.
Too many maiden names.
And social security numbers.
Where'd you find those?
By the password bar. Can't miss them.
LifeLock alerts you to identity threats you could miss by monitoring your credit and bank statements. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft, but everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
This hour is sponsored by Barks in the City, June 3rd at Apopka Amphitheater.
Jury duty in just a moment. And there's another one of these stories about how terrible the students are at some of these schools. These poor teachers have to deal with kids that are not just bad, but getting actually worse. And this one from The Hill says, student behavioral problems that spiked with the return of in-person learning after the coronavirus pandemic are getting even worse. 70% of teachers, principals, and district leaders in a research study said students are misbehaving more now than in 2019, up from 66% last year.
Do you have an age range for that?
For the teachers or for the students?
For the students that are misbehaving.
It doesn't say right here. Hold on. 1/3 in the new poll say students were misbehaving, quote, a lot more, unquote. And I think this is just like across the board teachers that they're talking to. There was one person that said it was the worst year for student behavior that she had seen in her school, with more fights and aggressive behavior than ever. And what they're doing in a lot of these stories, I think is so dumb. They're blaming the pandemic and remote learning for this. Now, while the pandemic and remote learning was just a myriad of stupid decisions that were made about these kids in schooling, and while that I think is responsible for holding them back in terms of how much these kids know, we know from a story not too long ago, you got like 50% of some of these schools where the kids can't read, where they can't actually read. And so, yes, there's some of their learning that has been kicked back a few years as a result of this. But the misbehavior is not coming from the fact that these kids had to work from home or remote learn when the pandemic was going on. It's because of a variety of reasons, led, I believe, by just flat out bad parenting. I think there are so many hands off the wheel bad parents out there that will defend their kid at all costs, that will say, my son didn't do anything wrong, it's always the teacher's fault, and they'll send these kids into the school like it's a daycare plan instead of a school. And then the schools will turn a blind eye to all of it, and once the students realize that you don't get punished for doing bad things, they do bad things. And if you didn't expect that to happen, you're a moron. That's just the way it goes. What if you went into a prison and started relaxing the rules at this state or federal prison? You're like, you know what? We're not going to make you stay in those cells all the time. We'll let you wander around, go wherever you want to go. And in fact, we're going to give you a pass, 1 day a week, where you can go out and enjoy yourself and then come back afterwards. And we're just going to do the honor system when it comes to whether or not you have any weapons in your cell. If you change those kind of rules and you don't expect the inevitable, which is going to be that there's a bunch more people killing each other in prison, then you're a moron. And in this case, if you don't punish the kids in class, look, if I was in school right now and I knew that if I did something wrong, I wouldn't get punished, I would probably be a bad kid. I would probably be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I knew in school if I screwed up, there was going to be some sort of punishment for it. I'd be worried about the phone call that the school was going to give. They're going to call my house, say, Mr. and Mrs. Wasson, your son was acting up at school today, and I'm going to get my ass kicked for it. And I'm not doing this whole bring back paddling and beat the hell out of your kid stuff. I'm just saying, have some kind of parenting.
Wait, we're not allowed to do that?
You're not. Yeah, sorry about this, Elaine. And right here, staring
your
down
baby's
parenting.
not even here yet. You ready to spank?
Probably.
You got to do something. You got to be on top of these things. So I just don't get it, man. It has nothing to do with remote learning.
I mean, there has to be something to do with
No, I don't think remote learning has any impact on whether the kids are misbehaving in class. I can't see the connection between those two. I think remote learning set them back. I think they're behind because of that. I think that these kids just know they can get away with it. And the teachers can't do anything because if the teachers complain, the administration is out of line with the teachers. Like the greatest example is that kid, was he 6 or 8 years old, who shot his teacher? 6 years old, shot his teacher. And all the teachers are together complaining, hey, he's got a gun. Little kid's got a gun. Little kid's upset, threatening people. He's got a gun. Got a gun. They said to everybody who would listen. And the administrator goes, nah, he doesn't have a gun. He's
administration or parenting?
His backpack is too small. No, the number one problem is, in my estimation, the parenting. That is the biggest thing, because kids wouldn't do these things if they knew that their parents would be hard on them and they knew they would get in some sort of trouble for doing this. But it's obviously like anything else, something where there's a wide variety of problems for this stuff. It's a mess. When you try to rig the system and say, hey, look, there are less kids getting suspended, there are less kids in school suspension, less kids getting detention, and our numbers have come down, and you rig it by just not punishing the kids for doing bad stuff, you're in for a reckoning. And that's what we're seeing. That's why schools are war zones right now. That's why there's so much fighting going on these campuses, whether it's a high school or a middle school or whatever. It's a huge problem, and we have to address it. And they've got to make sure that parents are held liable for what's going on with their students in these classrooms. There's no discipline, and it's a total mess. So the study saying like, hey, they've lost decades of learning because they were remote, because they were on a laptop zooming into class. Now they want to punch somebody in the face when they go into the classroom. I don't think that's it. I think you have a whole bigger, gigantic problem that nobody really wants to deal with right now. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. It's 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or you can go to justcallmo.com. If you've been in an accident, if you got hurt at some sort of place of work or whatever, you need to make the smart move. The smart move is calling Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE. I talked about this earlier, but here are the actual details. Republican Governor Ron DeSantis would not have to resign as Florida governor in order to run for president. If he chooses to sign this bill that's headed to his desk right now, and the measure attached to a...
Imagine if he sits on it for a little bit. Honey, I don't know if I can do it.
I think he's going to sign this one quickly. Yeah. I think he's going to get this one signed, and I think he's going to be so unsurprised that this is rolling to his desk. The measure attached to a much broader elections bill would carve out an exemption to Florida law requiring anybody seeking office to resign from the one they already hold after qualifying as a candidate. Only an office holder running for U.S. president or vice president would not have to resign. So the loophole is only if you're running for president or vice president, meaning a governor would be able to run for president and be the governor all at the same time.
Why not just do for all the offices? I mean, you're literally changing the rule just for yourself.
It's just one little loophole. And I know that you think that he's doing this because it's convenient for him, but what if it's not related to that? What if this is it just happened?
Oh, in the fantasy world?
Yeah, it just happened that it worked out this way, and it benefits the governor in some pretty shocking ways. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we will get to you. A lot of people chiming in about the school situation and students and problem with bees. A big, big, big problem with bees That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your shot at $1,000 is next. Brought to you locally by Mills Air. If you want a shot at $5,000, make sure you're listening to us on our free iHeartRadio app.
All lanes are closed due to an accident on State Road 408 heading eastbound before mile marker 10A I-4. There's slowdowns on I-4 heading eastbound at State Road 408. The right shoulder is blocked. And you can expect delays heading westbound on I-4 due to an accident at Howland Boulevard. The left shoulder is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome at the end of your first year. They automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you've earned, doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though, see terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Poor Sam was a mess. Always itching, licking. His paws were soaking wet. He had bald spots on his back.
DINOVITE.com.
2 weeks after he started Dynamite, I started seeing great improvements, and today 99% of his issues are non-existent.
Dynamite is nutrition.
Dynamite is the best thing you can do for your dog.
You won't believe how happy your dog will be.
I get my Dynamite from DINOVITE.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, marble, all those beautiful colors. But it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas. And next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new play.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Order your Hummer EV at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade. Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K. Bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week, or 2, or 4. You're listening to the News Junkie.
Just a moment. See what you got going on over there. I saw people freaking out about this because everybody freaks out about dumb things. But on Friday, the folks over on the New York Times website released their recipes for the weekend. I guess this is something they do on New York Times Cooking. And they go, here's all the recipes. You should try to cook some of this stuff this weekend. And they usually have a wide variety of stuff. I know they have a bunch of subscribers that pay just to get those recipes. I've never understood that. It's not hard to find
Paying
free
to get
recipes.
recipes?
Yeah, recipes
It's
are
like
pretty
paying
easy to
for
find.
porn.
It is. It's like I can search for a recipe for anything you could think of and find a website where there's so many reviews that I can have pretty good confidence that the recipe was probably a good one. And I don't know that I would pay a bunch of money for that. But imagine you paid a bunch of money and then you saw this is one of the recipes that they posted. They had a recipe for a peanut butter and pickle sandwich on the New York Times.
That's disgusting.
People started rebelling immediately. They were angry about this.
Not a pickle fan.
Yeah.
So perhaps I'm talking from an ill place. Both of you guys love pickles.
I'm in for pickles, yeah.
Could you imagine eating pickles and peanut butter?
That's the problem. I can't even imagine what it would taste like. I don't know if
I feel like it would be like really salty.
Yeah.
Also, do you need a recipe for that? Because isn't it just putting peanut butter and pickle?
They even said that in the article. They said this does not necessarily need a recipe, given its simplicity.
But thank you for paying for it.
It's an unlikely pairing, and sometimes that is what the best meals are made of. The instructions were simple. Spread peanut butter on both slices of bread, add a layer of pickles to one slice, and bring the two pieces together.
Sounds like whoever wrote that got blacked out drunk and like, I'm just going to put these together as my favorite fruits.
So, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like our friend, the two-time Tucson chef.
And he got paid big bucks for that.
Mike Nyland?
Mike Nyland, the pizza chef, or what, how to cut pizza with scissors.
Yeah.
How to make a 3-cheese blend.
There wasn't a lot to his instructions.
Here's get that cheese, put this cheese, you're done.
That's how you make a 3-cheese blend.
But it's weird because it's also, I have Googled now peanut butter and pickle sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And the New York Times cooking one is the one that comes up first.
Right.
The other ones, the other two, at least in the preview, have potato chips in the sandwich too. So this is the simplest version of the sandwich.
They have peanut butter, pickles, and potato chips?
Yes.
That's even saltier.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real bomb right there.
This is a sodium sandwich.
Potato chips and peanut butter before.
Yeah.
And that was like camping, and I had no other choice.
It doesn't sound bad.
It was delicious.
It doesn't
Throwing
sound
pickles in the mix sounds nasty.
I'd rather have many other things to dip my chips in than peanut butter, but it doesn't sound like the worst thing in the world. I just can't even picture how this would taste. I don't know if it's the greatest thing ever or it's terrible.
I'm curious.
Sounds like we're going to try it on Friday.
Oh, no.
I'm curious if there's some sort of quota for putting up recipes.
Yeah.
Because I was dead sure that they had to have had something like that instituted at the Food Network at some time.
Yeah.
Because Rachel Ray got a whole bunch of flack online when they discovered that there was a recipe submitted to foodnetwork.com that was a Rachel Ray recipe, and it was microwave bacon. And the recipe was basically put bacon in the microwave for this amount of time, boom, you have microwave bacon.
It's pretty simple.
So and it was like, okay, was that attached to a specific episode of something she did?
Or, like you're thinking, did Food Network make a contract with her and they go, along with this contract, you will give us at least 100 recipes per quarter for the Food Network website. And then you just phone them the F in, which is exactly what that is.
She called it late night bacon.
Late night bacon? It's there's not enough steps in that to be an actual recipe. But peanut butter and pickles is a new one for me. It seems like something that somebody in the South was like, what are you talking about? I thought everybody had that growing up. I thought everybody ate this dish.
And that's because you were trying to live amongst your means, and now people are paying $15.99 a month to get that same recipe.
That is not a very impressive recipe, but maybe it's good. I have no idea.
I'm not trying it, man. No way.
That's a lot of weird flavors, or it's a little bit of weird flavors.
The cooking part of NewYorkTimes.com doesn't seem to put up a paywall for me.
It doesn't cost money.
Must be nice, huh?
I think you might get a couple of. Maybe you get a couple of them before they hit you.
A couple free crap sandwiches.
Well, that's what they do with their website. So maybe they do the same thing on cooking, and then when you want to see that peanut butter and pickle recipe, bam, they hit you with a stop sign.
Of course, they have to write about it. Mm-hmm. You said it says it doesn't need a recipe given its simplicity, but it's an unlikely pairing. Is peanut butter and pickle. The vinegary snap of the pickles tempers the unctuousness of the peanut butter, and it's an unusual pantry sandwich for when luncheon meats leave you cold.
That's better than some of them, and I know you know what I'm talking about on this. Sometimes you'll get like a recipe for tamales, and when you go to the website, instead of saying, here's how you make these tamales, they're delicious, here's the ingredients, et cetera, it's like a story. It'll be like, ever since I was a young girl living in Chihuahua, Mexico.
That was like that one lady on the Cooking Network, redhead. She's like, the boys are out in the boxing lessons. So I guess I'm going to make them something. That makes no sense.
It's always like a story with it.
No, but yeah, those are like the blog moms that have, the recipe blog.
They got it for a search engine optimization. They want to put more text in there. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that they do. Real quick, we were talking about how the Late Late Show with James Corden is a wrap. They're done. Now we're learning a lot of it more about why. And Brian Stelter, who is now over at the Los Angeles Magazine instead of CNN, they said under Corden's watch, so while James Corden was on the Late Late Show, the show cost $65 million a year to make. $65 million a year to make the show. And it made less than $45 million a year. So this show, The Late Late Show with James Corden, was losing $20 million every year. This is a problem. This is an unsustainable situation. This is something that you're going to see the show get canceled or somebody new come in every single time. And I think this is actually probably the situation that a bunch of those shows are facing. There used to be some late night programs where the budget was not so big, like Carson Daly's late night show.
Last Call?
Last Call
That
with
didn't
Carson
last very long, did it?
It lasted a surprising amount of
But
time.
it changed over time. Like, it went from the traditional live studio audience and, like, all that stuff to just, like, recorded interviews.
It's kind of what, And at the end there, it went through that phase where you would hear about Last Call with Carson Daly and you would go, Carson Daly still has a show?
That's still a thing?
That's a thing. I mean, but you're right. It kind of evolved over time, and it was much like the end was much like the end of Conan's late night show, where like they got rid of the band and it was a 30-minute deal, and then they're finally like, all right, we've
Those
tried
were
enough.
also both cable access late night shows, were they not?
No, not Conan O'Brien.
Conan was TBS.
Oh, wait, after he left the broadcast, he went over to TBS, and then I think does he still do specials or something for them? I know he does his podcast. Conan O'Brien
He
needs a
did
friend.
the Conan Goes Somewhere Else.
Yeah, and he would
not
go to
the
like,
official title.
He would go to like Cuba, or he would go
They're funny.
wherever, and he would do those specials, which I think that he really enjoyed doing. But a lot of those shows are not on very sound financial ground. It just doesn't work financially for him. You're losing a lot. You're losing $20 million a year. That ain't great. Meanwhile, look out for the bees, folks. There are bees on the loose across the country, and you can't be trusting them. An Arizona mother was stung more than 75 times Sunday afternoon while protecting her 2 children when bees swarmed them during a family photo shoot, which I want to see the outtakes of.
Same.
Because if you see,
It's going to look like that golf match that we saw last week,
They all
where
hit the
everybody was hitting
ground.
the deck.
Like that changes anything. Bees still have eyes.
75 bee stings. How many bee stings does it take to kill you?
Depends. Are you Macaulay Culkin?
If you're not allergic, somebody not allergic, how many bee stings would kill a person? 1,000? Or
it really depends.
I mean, that's a lot of stings, but I don't know if you can
You
even.
could essentially survive it, but if you're
Your whole body would just be swollen if you got like thousands of them. I know there's been people who have died, obviously, from bee stings, and I think I might be wrong here, but I think there's been people who have died that aren't actually allergic to bees.
Yeah, it says depending on the number of stings, the person may just hurt a lot, feel a little sick, or feel very sick. Humans can be killed if stung enough times in a single incident. With honeybees, the toxic dose of the venom is estimated to be 8.6 stings per pound of body weight.
Oh my God! Okay, so we're talking
the
like
math here?
you're talking thousands in some cases of stings.
Yeah.
If it's 8 stings
For me,
per math,
yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Thousands.
I would need, based on my weight,
You're going to be giving away your weight here, just for the
that's
record.
fine.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. At 250 pounds. So you guys think I'm 250 pounds?
I don't think you're 250 pounds. I don't know what you were doing.
No, I'm at 135, 140.
Okay.
1,200 bee stings.
1,200
And
bee
I feel
stings
like
would
after
kill
the first 200, I would have hopefully gotten myself out of that situation.
Let me tell you something, though. 1,100 bee stings, you'll want to be dead. You'll probably be alive, but you'll wish you were dead. Can
Like,
you
how
imagine?
quickly does it happen?
There's a lot of them in these cases, like a huge swarm.
Because they all die after the first thing.
Yeah, I think that's true, right? Like their stinger breaks off and then they die. Some of them, there's different types of bees. And I think there's like one that's like a badass bee that can survive it.
Africanized killer bees.
Is that what it is? Like those ones, you got to watch out for that. This woman was trying to keep her kids safe. And they said, strangely enough, officials used video or shared video of firefighters using foam to calm the bees and rescue the children from the car. So there's some kind of foam that they were using to do this. And they're very aggressive, very territorial. If you mess with them, they will try to kill you, according to law enforcement. I think that's a little dramatic, but maybe there's a tiny tidbit of truth in there. All right, let's see what's going on here. Here is Guitar Slinger talking about the peanut butter and pickle sandwich.
I have a test subject for the peanut butter and pickle sandwich. C-Lane. Give Ashley about 2 months and see if some of those weird cravings start kicking in when ladies get pregnant.
No, it could happen.
I bet you she might want to try it out. Maybe.
Let me tell you, it's not just the ladies who get weird cravings when women get pregnant. It's also the guys. I don't know why. I don't know what.
Your palate changes every few years.
Cravings?
Got weird cravings that started when Dylan's mom got pregnant and ended when Dylan was born. And I've heard.
I think that says something about you.
Well, it says what about me? This is a normal thing.
A placebo.
No, it's not a placebo. I guarantee you, after saying that, there'll be a lot of guys who have had kids who will tell you, "Yep, happened to me. Same thing happened to me." I don't know why.
So, what was your weird craving?
I was going to.
I'm gaining the sympathy weight. So.
I was going.
No
to,
cravings here.
To Subway, and I was getting
crazy craving.
Wait for it. I'm not done. Stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I'm waiting.
And I was getting the seafood and crab.
Ew, that's disgusting.
And I would put Cool Ranch Doritos on top of
I would do
seafood and crab.
Chips and sandwiches.
I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I tried
they
it.
still have that sandwich there?
They shouldn't. It was the most disgusting concoction ever. And now when I think about it, or even right after Dylan was born, when I would think about it, I was like, why was I eating that? That was disgusting.
Now, was baby mama also craving the seafood sandwich?
No,
and
not
you were
that.
getting two?
No, she was. I'm sure she had her own cravings. I forgot what. It was so long ago, but I just distinctly remember that all of a sudden I had these weird cravings for freaky food like that, and oh god,
I think it might still be on the menu here.
What?
Wait,
Oh, it's gross, man.
Something went wrong.
It's like it smells too when they're scooping that thing out and putting your stuff. They scoop it out like little ice cream scoops.
Yeah.
They line it, and then I would crunch up all the Doritos on top of it. Kurt on YouTube says, so basically he was stoned as hell. No, I wasn't high. It was just weird. I don't know why that happened. And it doesn't make any sense. With a woman, it makes a lot of sense. With a woman, your hormones are going crazy. Your body is literally changing to adapt to another individual living inside of it.
And sucking the life out of you.
Yes, and actually taking in all the things that you eat. All those things make sense that you would have different cravings, but not with a guy.
So I think the reason I couldn't get to this is because they pulled it. I don't think it's on the menu anymore, but it said...
Let's bring it back, maybe.
No!
At least the preview on Google for Subway's Seafood Sensation says the seafood sensation, and the description is hilarious to me because it's so not specific that it makes you think, like, what's going on?
It doesn't tell you, like, what specific things are in it?
It says... The seafood sensation has sweet, tender chunks of seafood blended with creamy light mayonnaise to make a delightfully delicious sub.
It's
Just
like,
chunks of seafood.
Sir, would you like to order a seafood sandwich? That's a little bit generic. Can you be a little more specific? You go to a fancy restaurant and they'll tell you where the cod was caught and by what fisherman. You go to Subway for their seafood sub and they go, this is from the ocean. Yeah, it's the various ocean-going animals that we've put inside of this.
But based on the copycat recipes for the people who loved the Subway seafood sensation so much that they needed to recreate it at home, it was imitation crab meat, imitation lobster meat, salad shrimp, and mayo.
Yeah.
Lemon juice.
And I hate all those things, basically. I'm not even a fan of mayonnaise, and I just started eating it, and then I would get it all the
I don't know
time.
how you did that.
DJ
I love a
Rage-
good po' boy, but it doesn't have imitation anything in that.
No, this is the worst version of a seafood sub that you ever could have gotten. DJ Rage on Discord says, 100% I had the same weird food cravings with my youngest son. I can't explain it. I don't know why that would happen. I just know that it happened to me, and I've heard it happen to a lot of other people, and it's super weird. Could be right on the horizon for you, C-Lane. Could be right there.
Weird cravings?
Weird cravings.
I'm very curious what mine would be. Because I do not like mustard. I'm not very great with spicy food.
It could be that.
Pickles.
It could. I've heard a lot of times where for the woman, it'll be something that she previously had no interest in eating. Like something that she would go, oh, no, I don't want to eat that. And then you go for it. And then you're into it all of a sudden.
When was Easter? That was like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
So we knew already. Because...
we didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. Ashley did. I don't know if this was a craving or what, but like all of a sudden she wanted to make for Easter this pea salad, and she hates peas.
Yeah.
So that's the closest
That could have
thing.
been it.
It could have been a thing.
Yeah, and I think you'll find more as you go along. That's what I'm talking about, though. It's something that stands out to you, and it'll be very clear to you more so than her, because you'll be like, wait, what? Why? Well, you've never had that before. You've never talked about eating that before. Arya Shadowblade on Twitch says, I hated serving that S when I worked at Subway. It was vile, man. It was, I don't know what was going on there, but it happened. When we come back, we'll get into a new theory being floated out there that perhaps Michelle Obama is going to run for president.
No.
What's happening here? Details coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram because why wouldn't we be? You know what? Don't answer that. At Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
All lanes are closed due to an accident on State Road 408 heading eastbound before mile marker 10A I-4. Watch out for bumper-to-bumper traffic on I-4 eastbound between Orange Blossom Trail and Anderson Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound at Colonial Drive. Heading westbound, you can expect congestion between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
All right, folks, my friends over at Maxine's on Shine are here to make your week even better with Maxine's Monday Mind Boggler. Big congrats to last week's winner, Marty. Now, the first person to answer this riddle correctly wins a $25 gift card to Maxine's on Shine. Here is your riddle. Wow. What has 4 fingers and a thumb but isn't alive? What has 4 fingers and a thumb and isn't alive? If you know the answer, email me, Sabrina at realradio.fm, or leave a dispatch using the News Junkie app. The first person to send the correct answer wins a $25 gift card. If you don't win today's riddle, don't you worry. You got another shot every week. Plus, you're going to feel like a winner every time you go to Maxine's on Shine. Voted best downtown Orlando restaurant 2 years in a row. Diverse, comfortable, and delicious, with a splash of sexiness. Great food and incredible atmospheres. For more information on location and reservations with my full-hearted recommendation, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Any size iced coffee is only $1.29 at 7-Eleven with 7 rewards. But it's not just iced coffee. It's sacred. It's the crunch of the ice as it tumbles into your cup. It's that blissful moment when you take your first sip. Your daily ritual, a form of self-care, even. It's your soul in a cup. Some say you can't put a price on a love like that. But we did! It's $1.29 any size iced coffee at 7-Eleven with 7 rewards. Offer good through 6/27/23, plus tax. See app for details.
Dunkin' wants to raise a cup to our brave nurses. On May 6th, Dunkin' is offering nurses a free medium iced or hot coffee to celebrate Nurses Day. Participation may vary. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Limit 1 per guest. Not valid on mobile orders. No ID required.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop.
Have you noticed that solar panels are popping up everywhere? You never know who's going to have solar next. And here's a thought, it could be you. Utility rates keep going up, and now is a great time to save big with Solar Source. Solar Source has been getting the job done in Central Florida for almost 40 years. And right now, Monster fans get special access to their new AI-powered tool that can get you an estimate in 1 minute or less. Visit solarsource.com/monsters for an instant quote.
Every morning, start your day getting caught up with West 2 News Sunrise.
I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Here for you with breaking news from around Central Florida.
We want to get back to that breaking news out of Orange County.
Giving you an accurate forecast to plan your day by.
We're also starting off with some cloud cover.
And steering you clear of the backups to make your commute a breeze.
Your travel times out the door are looking pretty good this morning.
Wake up knowing you're ready for today. With Jason, Mare, Kellyanne, and Megan. Wake up with West 2 News Sunrise. Weekdays starting at 4:30 a.m.
Kelly's all new.
Hello, Clarkson.
Every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're going to fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name. Oh, yeah.
Weekdays at 3 on West 2, followed by West 2 News at 4.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing. Or this one. I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better, unquote. Those are 2 of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
The podcast, Silenced, The Radio Murders, explores the unsolved homicides of 3 disc jockeys in Miami's Little Haiti neighborhood. It's an investigation that exposes corruption and drug trafficking, painting a portrait of Miami as a forward operating base for the CIA.
They were using their newfound freedom and the radio airwaves to ignite a revolution. That's when the killing started.
Listen to Silenced, The Radio Murders on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Duncan scores! Big dunk! Slots one home! Orlando City's next match is on the road as the Lions travel north of the border, taking on CF Montreal on Saturday, May 6th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on Real Radio 104.1 and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at Kiwi's Pub and Grill in Altamont Springs for the first official City Pub Watch Party of the season, presented by Heineken Silver.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, BANK, B-A-N-K, BANK. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
So much speculation. So many people theorizing who's going to be running for president. Now, Biden is in, even though he made that weird-ass statement where Biden was like, yep, we're going to be running, but we're not ready to announce that yet. And you go, okay. I mean,
leave the teaser.
By saying
what
that,
talking about?
if you said, we're running for president, but we're not ready to announce that yet.
He's going to do it as stories that didn't make the cut right before.
Guess what? You just announced it.
Yeah.
You just made that announcement by now.
They're still putting the finishing touches on his YouTube announcement video.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they're going to announce that obviously Biden's officially is running for re-election.
Now, he doesn't have to be approved by the Democratic Party still.
No, because he's the incumbent president.
Okay.
Yeah, so he automatically gets to do that. I would have shocked everybody if he did anything other than that. Even though there was some discussion in his first term that it would be like a one and done kind of thing, everybody knew that wasn't going to happen. Everybody knew he was going to try to run if he had the chance to get reelected for a second term. There was some question over whether or not he would continue on with his vice president, or if he would pull somebody new on the line. That would be an interesting thing if you did that. You might be able to fire up some people with that, but that's not the case either. She's not going anywhere. She's going to continue to be on the ticket, even though she's probably God, I think she's probably less popular than Dick Cheney when he was the vice president. I think like she is way down there, man. Kamala Harris, not a very popular or effective vice president, but it'll get the trick done. I mean, it'll do the trick rather. And then you have Trump, who's obviously running, and Ron DeSantis, who very much appears to be running.
He just needs to pass his own law first.
He's got that on his desk. He's good to go. He's gonna be announcing something very soon, I'm sure. And now they're saying the person to keep your eyes on would be Michelle Obama. Like Michelle
Really,
Obama
though?
would throw her hat into the ring.
I feel like, why?
I think she will. Here's why. I don't think that Michelle Obama is going to run in opposition to Joe Biden, because why would you do that? There's no reason to do that. But I think Michelle Obama is popping up all over the place. This weekend, she came out and did a song with Bruce Springsteen.
All right.
I was like, wow, that's a surprise. Like if Bruce Springsteen was like, I got a surprise guest to bring out on stage, I would not expect it to be her.
But I feel like she's the Oprah. You know, she's the new Oprah. I don't see that as a, running for president.
I think that
being America's sweetheart.
I think in 4 years after this next election, I think she'll run. I think when the spot is open, I think that she would run. She's very popular amongst her base of supporters, amongst Democrats. She's very popular there. She has experience being in the White House, obviously as the first lady for 8 years. She's got all of these things. Her husband still remains popular, whether you hate him or not. Doesn't matter. The average American
I miss
has
you, baby.
a positive impression of Barack Obama. And Barack
Except that
Obama,
one guy in the chat is like, we're still trying to get over the last Obama.
Okay.
I think the amount of people look right now, everything is crazy. The right is filled with crazy people. The left is filled with crazy people. People on the left want to pretend they don't have crazy people. You do. You do. You have crazy ass people on your side that want wild ass things to happen that are very unpopular. And on the right, you have the same thing. Each of you ignore your extremists. And we've never had a more divisive political situation in modern times in the country. I think back to when Barack Obama was in the White House, and I'm like, other than a few things, there wasn't all these moments where everything seemed so contentious all the time. It didn't feel like everybody was trying to get you fired up, like media outlets and like just general politicians were trying to get you angry at each other. It didn't feel like that. There was crazies. There was people who said Michelle Obama is a man. There's people who said Barack Obama's birth certificate's fake and he was really born in Kenya or whatever. But mostly it was, and I'm not sensationalizing this or romanticizing the times. It was a less partisan time.
Yes.
And it was
a beautiful time.
So, but I think that will connect in a lot of people's heads. They'll be like, well, I see Michelle Obama as a tie to this and this, and when things were different and when less mud was being thrown around.
I mean, I hope that. I feel like it's also a bit of a pipe dream. Like that
you
even
think
statement.
so?
I think 2024 is going to be an S show.
Yeah, of course it is. But no matter what, there needs to be new people in her party who start running 4 years from them. Because if Joe Biden wins, he's only got 4 more years, and then you're out, and it's on to some new person. I have the feeling that she could do it and that she would want to do it. Do I want her
Beautiful arms.
Do I want her to win? But
Who do you want to win, Sean?
None of them.
Okay.
I don't see a single politician that is out there running in any of these races that I would even think about
Well, if
voting
you had
for.
to pick one, because one has to be picked, is there anyone
None.
you lean towards?
None. Not a single one.
not
During the pandemic and at the beginning of his time in office, I thought Ron DeSantis did a good job at many things. I thought he was a good leader, and he was reelected on the basis of this. But since then, it's all culture war stuff. It's all really edge cases. It's going after Disney. It's all of these things that I think are a gigantic waste of time in a stupid sideshow. But no, there's nobody out there. I appreciate some people that I think are honest politicians. I don't agree with them on stuff. Like Bernie Sanders, I think, is like the most honest politician that we have
He has
on
stayed
on
the
Capitol
same
Hill.
throughout his entire career.
He'll tell you who he is, and he'll keep being that way. Like you might say he's a socialist. I don't want him to run this country, but he's honest. He's much more honest than a lot of these other politicians are. I just think that there's not anybody out there that's a good option. I haven't seen a single person.
There actually was a president who did not get his party's nomination for a next term.
Who was it?
It was Franklin Pierce, the 14th president of the United States.
Well, looks like we're overdue.
And there were 4 more presidents. Now, Franklin Pierce was elected president.
Did you even know the name Franklin Pierce as a president?
If you had said Franklin Pierce to me, I think I would have known.
I don't think I would have.
I don't think I would have.
I've never heard anybody talk. Remember Franklin Pierce? Never heard him brought up.
But there were 4 more people that also didn't get the nomination, even though they were president.
Mm-hmm.
Those people were not elected president. Those people became president when somebody died.
Oh, okay. So
like John
after
Tyler, Millard Fillmore, Andrew Johnson, and Chester Arthur. That name I wouldn't have told you was the president.
Chester Arthur I would have known. The other guy I've never heard of. Chester A. Arthur. Killer mustache, I believe, on that dude. Very, very
Wheelchair?
impressive. No, FDR
Only
was...
one wheelchair president? We need to get another wheelchair president back. Maybe that.
Well, you got Governor Abbott in Texas, but I'm guessing
Never mind.
I'm guessing you don't want that wheelchair
No,
president.
thank you. Dump that.
I think that I think that's it.
Honestly, Joe Biden could be in one any day.
Oh, you stop it. A cane walker first. Come on, man.
Not untrue.
Big old damn.
All right, we're gonna take a quick break.
And that's it for politics.
When we come back, we will get to the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. Today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is The Jim Colbert Show. De-stress from the BS. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
Hello, good Monday to you. Jamie King here, Fox 35 Storm Center. Want to update you Monday weather here as we approach midday in Central Florida. Sunny skies, looks like we're dry, just a real pretty day. A little breezy for the PM out of the west at 10 to 20 miles per hour. We'll survive, though. No storms around the day. Again, dry conditions and some mid-80s for you. 64 tonight, mainly clear, cool, moonlit skies. Your Tuesday and Wednesday featuring highs in the 80s, sun-filled skies. Enjoy. For Fox 35, Fox 35 Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Jamie King. Take care.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
I'll pay you $100 for last look. When you're doing a deal at a dealership, take a picture of your deal sheet, send it to GiveMeTheVin.com. If we can't beat your trade-in offer, I'll send you a check for $100. We do the same thing with CarMax offers. Can't beat a CarMax offer? Send you a check for $100. Worst thing that could happen is you get $100. Best thing that could happen is you get $3,000 more for your car or your trade. We are America's best car buyer for a reason. We'll see you online at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing True as One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truest One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
At Spectrum Business, we believe small businesses, like yours, are the backbone of our economy and the heart of every community. That's why we provide the best value for internet, mobile, business phone, and TV to keep small businesses connected with their customers. To celebrate National Small Business Week, we're offering savings of up to $350 to meet all the connectivity needs of your business. Learn more at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. No nonsense, just business. Restrictions apply. Services not available in all areas.
Ah, what a day to be a Florida tomato. Sunny, warm, ooh, and expected afternoon showers. I am feeling so fine. You say tomato, I say, what the?
Florida tomatoes. They're ripe for the picking. So look for fresh from Florida tomatoes where you shop and support our state. See more seasonal produce at followfreshfromflorida.com.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
People are winning every single day. Regular people are winning every day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
It's just a fun atmosphere. The pool, the spa, the gaming, the food, the shopping. I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
If you love Florida and you love fun, then might I suggest you pick up a rod and reel and go fishing? Because here in the Sunshine State, fishing, fun, and Florida just go together. And you know what else goes with fishing, fun, and Florida? I'll give you a hint. It starts with an L. That's right, a license. Getting your fishing license opens up a whole lot of fun and new memories, and it's never been easier to get one. Just visit fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com to order yours. And before you know it, you'll be more relaxed than you can even imagine. Casting your line in your local fishing hole, propping your feet up in that rental rowboat, and of course, catching the big one. So go to fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com. Then plan your escape, because fishing is a great way to connect with family, friends, and of course, nature. Your fishing license is just a few clicks away. Order yours today at fun.gooutdoorsflorida.com and enjoy all the fishing, fun, and Florida you deserve.
Interested in a career in healthcare management? Consider a master's degree with UCF School of Global Health Management and Informatics. Attend an information session May 3rd and discover why the health management programs at UCF Downtown are ranked among the top in the nation. Visit ucf.edu/downtown.
Call today, cool today. Visit cooltoday.com.
Final dispatches. Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Hey, Friday is Cinco de Mayo. And we got to do something fun. We got to party a little bit on the show. But I think you should know.
Whose turn is it?
Sabrina's a little hesitant to
Of course I am.
party after what happened on not Cinco de Mayo, on St. Patrick's Day.
Right.
Yeah, and for good reason.
Well, I thought it was funny.
We almost got fired.
we might have got a little heat from it, but I think we should go even further for Cinco de Mayo. I think we should hit the gas pedal.
Mushrooms?
Oh, my God. I can't imagine The moment, like, talking and doing the show where the mushrooms hit, I can't
Mine would be in
imagine
the
that.
middle of my home loans raid.
Yeah, you just freeze
That
in your
mortgage guy,
tracks.
Dawn.
I don't know if I could get through with that. I would try, but we're not going to do that for Cinco de Mayo.
So it sounds like you're volunteering yourself to be the littest on Cinco de Mayo.
I'm saying I want to party. Now, here's the thing. I don't know where Sealand's going to go with this because he has reduced his drinking a little bit, what with the baby on the way and all this stuff, and just, trying to...
Every time I hear that, I'm so excited.
Trying to be more healthier and all that. You're trying to do lots of good stuff for yourself, which is good. But you were the one who, without a doubt, wanted to do a Cinco de Mayo live event more than anybody else.
Yeah.
You were.
And you denied him.
I'm glad you let the listening audience, the people who are disappointed that they won't get to join us.
Yeah, I don't care.
Now, riddle me this. What if we did a don't announce, but we secretly pop up somewhere?
For what? That's weird.
Because it'd be fun.
If we were going to do something, I would want everybody to be there. We can do what we did for St. Patrick's Day in the studio. We're going to do a live show this summer, right? There's going to be a live show for the 10th anniversary of the News Junkie here. And I think that will be the big blowout show that we do. But doesn't mean we can't have fun on Friday. Are you going to be up for drinking and partying still, Sealand, or are you protesting?
Oh, no. Why would I be protesting?
Protesting because we didn't get to do the live show.
Doesn't mean I'm going to protest.
That's what I'm checking in on.
No, I'm down.
Okay.
I'm going to start the first hour somewhere else.
Okay. Where?
I don't know yet.
It's
a surprise for everybody.
You're going to be at a random location
why not?
for the first hour of the show. Scary location?
I don't know.
You
I
still
just
don't know
love
what those
these new
buttons are, huh?
Not at all.
The applause one is like 5 seconds too long.
It's so long. All right, this is the applause.
No, that's not it. That's the intro. All right. Thank you. Oh, no, I appreciate it. Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait, there we go.
That's still not as long as the applause C-Lane does when you're not here after he does the next episode. And he has a studio.
I pick a very long
It's like 20
applause.
seconds long. It's a standing ovation for quite some time. All right, let's do the final dispatch.
Cinco de Mayo, get ready.
Yeah, we got to figure out what we're going to do before Friday. And I'm ready to party. I want to have a good time.
Okay.
I want to mix it up.
Are you going to get a special shirt or something?
What kind of party is that? Get a special shirt? What am I, 900 years old?
You get special shirts
I'm
all
gonna
the
rage.
time.
I'm ready to rage on Friday.
All right.
I want to turn it up. I want to celebrate with my Mexican friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to have a good time on this show.
All right.
And I hope everybody will come with me.
Who are your Mexican friends?
I got a couple. I don't want to tell you about them necessarily.
Tudor time.
I do know him. I don't know if he would count.
You don't
me a
know his
friend.
first name?
Tudor. Last name Tom. As close as I could get.
Adam, Freddie.
For right now, he's a great guy. Here is.
Those are two different people.
My Mexican friend just so happens to be Adam Freddy. That's the one I'm talking about. Different guy. Here's Florida Cowboy with the dispatch.
That would be a
I'm
glove.
sorry.
What was that?
Go back.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
In the background.
Is that Tarzan?
That would be a glove, Sabrina. I'm sure I'm not the first, but just wanted to say a glove.
He got the riddle. That's what he was talking about.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you weren't the first.
He did not, but congrats.
Here's Camel Toe with the dispatch.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
So my wife gave birth to our first child a week ago yesterday.
My wife.
She ended up having a little boy, and we
it's
didn't
your
know the
son as
gender
well.
going into.
Why is he saying everything like this? He said she ended up having a little boy, like it was you put a quarter in the machine and spun it around, and one of those little plastic balls came out, and that's how the child was thrust upon you. I think you have a kid together,
So
right?
we waited until birth, but during her pregnancy, she didn't crave anything out of the ordinary.
All right. Thank you.
Tell me that was it.
That's it.
I was waiting for a joke.
Here's Biker Mike chiming in.
Good afternoon, News Junkies.
Hey,
So I
Biker
used to
Mike.
be a pest control technician. And,
Ooh, I gotta talk.
I don't know how many bee stings it would take to kill a person. I think that would be maybe a case-by-case scenario, but I do know that over time you can develop an allergy to bees if they sting you enough. So people
Really?
that repeatedly get stung by
That's
bees
the way it
and think
works?
it's no big deal,
I think it'd
they
be the
might want to be
opposite.
careful because it could turn into a bee allergy. Then that one bee sting that they think might not be a big deal could turn into a lot bigger deal than they think. Y'all take care.
Thank you, man.
Wiggle, wiggle,
Appreciate it.
pop, pop.
Oh, Coalax says Adam Moreno. That's who we're talking about?
Yes.
I know
You
him.
know Adam.
He's my Mexican friend then. I know him.
Okay.
I talk to him all the time when he's at Van Buren.
Uh-huh.
He comes over and he's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, hey, man.
Hey, bud.
And then I listen to him play songs. It's great. And then, we don't want to talk about Mexico in particular. I didn't know that he was Mexican.
Okay.
But now I do. So he's my Mexican.
You're not. Wait, you're not helping. Saying
At
that you
all.
didn't know he was Mexican is not helping your argument.
Just because I happened to find a Mexican.
What did you think he was?
I thought he was just a white guy. I didn't know he was a Mexican.
You know what?
It's not like they have. Never mind.
Exactly.
It's not like they walk around with mariachi bands, or like
mariachi.
Whatever. Maracas. Maracas is what I was trying to say.
Marachis.
He brought us marachis.
I need to get in touch with the Mexican
Yeah, you
culture. I need to really, really embrace that. And I'm going to do that.
You
for
got
sugar
4
tomorrow.
days.
I'll have enough time. I'll dive deep. All right, let's get into this. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Yeah.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Monday, May 1st, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away.
Big
Today.
Doug Millionaire said sleepless white guy. That is so accurate. That is so
I think
accurate.
that describes him pretty well. I think it does. Here we go. Today I learned this band.
Oh, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is correct. Yes, indeed. Brad Whitford. I've never heard of him before now, and he's the rhythm guitarist for the hard rock band Aerosmith. He was forced to miss the first month of the band's 2009 summer tour due to surgery. He had internal bleeding after banging his head while getting out of his Ferrari, which is first world accident right there.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place in West Palm Beach. You're going to go over to the Greek Zone. In Orlando, it's the Jim Colbert Show. It's on the way, and it's all right here on Real Radio.